Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to ZeldaSpeedRuns here. Today we have for you, it's Winner Go Home, Losers Bracket Round 4 in the Ocarina of Time Randomizer S6 tournament between Mr. Mario and MasterAleks. Joined on comms today by Kawari, Yoshi, and Shawnee. How are you three doing?
I'm pretty good.
I'm doing good. Looking forward to seeing this one.
I'm halfway drunk.
Jesus.
Be right back. Let me grab a beer.
Well, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, I guess. Oh wait, it's here.
Oh yeah,
At least one of us is actually working at the moment, so maybe we shouldn't do that. But I will hand it over to you three, and we will get this underway here shortly.
I feel like the first thing I have to note here is like all three of us are pretty good friends with both of these runners, so there is like kind of no bias on comms today, in that we want like if one of them gets screwed over massively, we'll be a little upset for them, but like whoever wins someone we're friends with moves forwards.
No.
So that's a good start.
Well, it's like it's no bias, but then at the same time, all the bias.
You're meant to be avoiding to bias. Wait, wrong runner.
Hey,
Notably, so these two have never 1v1'd somehow through every event, every tournament, test seasons of League, and God knows what else. They've never faced off. RSL, nothing. Which kind of surprises me, honestly.
Impressive dodge.
I think the second thing to note is you probably couldn't have two more polarized playstyles in the entire tournament. Mario is like the safest, most consistent player who will almost always just go for the like statistically correct play in every scenario, and Alex's routing baffles me at times. Alex will do the most bizarre plays at the most bizarre times, and then suddenly you blink for like a minute and he's in go mode. Everything's set, like he's just managed to streamline it all into a perfect route.
Yeah, and Multi-World Season 1, you would know that pretty well, I believe.
Alex, yeah. Alex was an interesting teammate for that.
That's one way to put it.
so as for the current race on hand, we have looks like the Goron Ruby, the Zelda's Lullaby, and a Child start. So I guess we could say where are we dropping?
I am always happy to see ZL start. One less thing to tick off the list of, oh my god, where is this? I need this now.
Right, especially with the Stone Star, there's always going to be that little fear of all dungeons here. Zelda's Lullaby start is always one of the ones that you would worry about normally. I think generally that favors Alex. Oh my god!
Death? Are we going to see? Hold on. I think
That's interesting, actually.
That is a hell of a spawn.
Okay, I want to see if Mario does the thing.
Oh, the glitchless jump across?
I don't think he's going to do it anymore.
No, not with the...
It's a very interesting spawn, because it does make the wall speed 0.
Yes.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, it's useless today.
But it does also mean we get some early info. Dodongo's Cavern to Morpher.
Interesting. Oh.
Ouch.
Mario there taking a hug from a spider.
Alex not getting that hint.
Oh, interesting. Alex did not pick it up. And
Alex
didn't land on the ledge.
Oh, that's
Did not.
unfortunate. Not the end of the world, because you can come back to Dolt, but let's see how bad.
Oh,
Inspire. Okay. Doesn't do anything right now.
No, nice to have, but
yeah, it could save a tiny amount of time if they get magic before Deku Tree during this child segment, but that's about it. Otherwise, probably nothing.
Are you doing the chickens?
Okay.
And Alex immediately going to range. Farming
Again.
up Marnie first?
kind of as I mentioned earlier, Mario generally will do the, like, safest, most consistent plays. You're in Child Kakariko during the day, just do chickens. Like, there's no reason to skip it at this point. Alex is a much more aggressive player. He will definitely take a few more risks. He's the kind of person who will aggressively, like, push a hint towards the Gerudo training grounds with no strength to no bow, just because, well, what if it has your bow? Or something. Alex is definitely the more aggressive of the two.
Yeah, but annoyingly enough, it pays out a lot of the time. I can't
Just some money. And now for the other chickens.
Fun fact, if you do that check again, that's exactly what you get.
Oh.
Yeah,
and here's our FPA, so yeah, Mario having some audio issues at this point. Doesn't take long to fix, but... So yeah, notably, the early information that Alex didn't get there, the Dongo's Cavern to Morpher, that probably doesn't matter too much. You're probably just going to go and do DC pretty early regardless. As soon as you can, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it's the Dongo's Cavern, it's a bunch of decently quick checks. It's a quick dungeon. I can't see a reason to skip it, honestly. And now here are all the reasons why you'd skip it.
The only thing I can think of is if you were going in there with just strength. If you're going in with just strength, maybe you put it off a little bit to try and get explosives, but that's about it. And even that, I'm like, how long do you put it off? Probably not that long.
Yeah, at that point, just go in. It'd take a little longer, but still, I'd still think it's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
So where do you go after Ranch?
There's definitely a couple of options there. You could go towards Forest area, get Mido's Lost Woods stuff, get a song. You could... I mean, I'm going to suggest this, I'm probably going to get laughed at. You'd probably go Valley Lake.
Ugh.
It's an option, I didn't say it's a good one.
No, I would not. It does obviously depend on what you get in Ranch as well. There's a couple of walks. So if you get Serenade, for example, I think then doing Lake and walking through Field to Kakiri Forest is good. If you, for example, get a strength upgrade, then you can save quick, go to Goron City and go to Lost Woods that way. Minuet obviously exists. But otherwise, yeah, there's not really a good way there, and I think you probably just walk out and go to Kakiri because, well, now I guess you play Requiem, save quit, and then go to Kakiri from CAC, but...
You could also go to Kakiri... Actually, no, you can't go to Kakiri from the top of the mountain, you haven't got strength.
Yes, you can. You have ZL.
Oh, yeah, they started to Zelda's Lullaby, so you can just, like...
Right, yeah, of course. Actually...
My mind went to the glitchless jump and not the light the torches.
I actually completely forgot that they started with I am doing great today.
And Mario...
Well,
I need to definitely go to Lost Woods.
That changes matters, yeah, okay.
Oh, I think Mario's going for it!
Oh!
Wait,
okay, so Mario is like one of two people in this tournament who knows this jump as far as I know. Oh, well, that's not it.
Well, that's not it, and now you're going the long way.
Okay, so for context, what you're meant to do there is like 3 side hops and then a side roll, and it puts you in the exact correct position to like do some number of ESS turns, do another side roll up, and you essentially are like a couple of backflips, I think, in there, and then you end up grabbing the ledge like 3 or 4 times in a row.
Yeah, and then you use the ocarina backflip then to save the time.
Was that bomb bag?
Yes.
I thought that was
I didn't get a good
Mario's
Mario.
Confused.
Mario. Mario.
I'm pretty sure that was a bomb bag, but
He's going for it. Unfortunately, you need a little more health from that.
Oh,
Lake
no.
Hylia's... Meanwhile, Lake Hylia's popped the bolt at you.
oh,
Oh boy. Now. Oh, now
That makes it
Valley
Mario's
Lake is
back
looking
up.
a lot more appealing.
yeah. Wow, but then from Kakariko or Death Mountain, there's not really a good
You
good
do it
path
from
there.
you do it from Kokiri at this point.
I'd say so, yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Now Alex is getting the dins.
Now he's getting the dins, and now you get that check in the Royal Tomb in Logic.
And Mario gets, bomb
It
bag.
is a bomb bag. Wow, okay. Right, I was wondering why it was just safe warping, but then the spawns at the top of DMT, you can get the fairy.
Yeah.
Right, and Alex setting up Dampe time of day is, well, not relevant now, but like pretty nice with the Sun Song on Requiem there. Being able to just play that immediately and come here.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Oh,
Oh,
not
Mario
even-
actually not grabbing fairy here.
I'm surprised. Dampe first, maybe?
See, I was assuming the safe quit was to go to Goron City to go through to Lost Woods, but then that didn't happen either.
Also,
Oh,
nice,
you really wanted Dampe time.
also nice shield in Shieldgrave. It's the wrong one, but nice shield. Okay, so... I think... Oh.
And now this is amazing actually.
Right.
This is really good. Now you reset back up because you got nothing. Now Mario can go and get the fairy and then drop down to do Goron City through to Lost Woods.
That makes sense, okay.
And obviously
What
if-
about Alphen?
And then, yeah, obviously if he'd found something he could have saved at any point during that, but if you don't have to do the extra save, you just gain some time on it.
Oh,
The early dins? Oh my god!
hook shot!
Oh, wow, okay. That's a pretty good find.
Mario is gonna get the magic in Lon Lon. Is he going to think to save quit back and do that immediately? I guess it won't matter. He'll get that as adult. You're always going to go through to adult graveyard, so it won't make a big difference here. There's not a lot you gain from having that early.
I mean, the band song was Requiem. It's probably going to be Requiem and Save Quit, right? So you might go back a little sooner.
Right, yeah. Depends on like I think the main thing is like you're not going to use the hookshot until you're adult. Whether he goes back as child, whether he goes there as adult during a graveyard, etc. He's either way, he's not going to miss that hookshot until like he will have the hookshot before he ever needs it. Essentially.
Meanwhile, Alex not going to Kokiri Forest through Goron City.
Alex not going to Child Goron City is very surprising.
Well, he
Yeah.
also doesn't have the bomb bag either, but then again, he has
Oh.
CL and Saria's song.
He hasn't gone to the ranch yet and does have... Oh no, he has gone to ranch. He's the one that has
Yeah.
them. Yeah. That was a Colossus right hand as a key, I think.
Left hand.
Right hand.
Oh, no, it's right hand. Oh,
So that makes a dungeon long shot logically.
yep. And that's a lot of steep.
I had to think for a second.
Hmm.
Is that a peak?
Yes. I think it was an attempted peek. I don't know if it actually worked, but I didn't see anything, I'll tell you that much. Meanwhile, Alex is doing a full hike here. This is a hell of a trek from Kakariko.
Remember when I mentioned Valley Lake? I wasn't serious.
I mean, he's the one that has the hint, I believe, right?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah,
Was it
yeah.
Lake? Yeah. That
Lake
makes,
Evolve was in desert.
makes sense, but it's a hell of a hike.
Yeah.
It is.
I'm a little surprised this isn't happening after Kakiri Forest. I feel like it would have been Kakiri Forest, do everything there, and then from Forest you can walk to Lake, or walk to Valley to Lake, and then get the owl back to the market to go adult. But the downside to that is obviously if the Path of Volvagia is like, oh, you get your Kakiri sword and that locks the hammer, then you'd wish you'd done Valley before you do Kakiri Forest.
Yeah, we're not going to know what to do about that until we see what the hint actually leads to. Pardon me.
And obviously from Alex's perspective, it could also be a bomb bag.
Oh, also true.
No idea what the medallions are yet, so Kakiri sword, bomb bag, there's still a few options of things that could be in. Wait, what did Mario just...
The heck?
I've seen this before. I don't know how to set it up.
There's a C-up that you can do to skip. I know you can skip the first cutscene by C-upping at the right time, but if you do it while Navi's talking to you, you soft lock. Also, amazingly... oh my god!
Convenient!
Oh, my left-hand hint as well.
And there's the left-hand hint.
So, yeah, a perfectly timed Goron Pot hint after doing Goron Pot, but actually a very well-timed Kakiri sword. That one is pretty big, and Alex will not be able to get it.
Oh, that's good to know in chat as well. Just don't pull a chew while doing that, otherwise you just get a nice free... What would happen in that case? Probably a DQ.
Yeah, that or...
You know it's SRM.
I guess, like, you would then have to maybe jump down to where the item is as though you were picking it up or something, but we don't have to worry about that at the very least.
Yeah, we can just leave that alone. That works too. Yeah. Yes. As I always say, Ocarina of Time is coded on non-Euclidean duct tape. Oh wait.
I'm missing a hit there.
That broke a stick? Okay.
Can.
Well, it's
I was going to say, the only tutorial I know of for the jump that Mario was trying to do was... there's an adult setup for it that was done by Danny B, because it was part of the glitchless run at this point. I don't know how different the setup is as child, but I know that was the starting point at the very least.
Oh, I didn't even think to look at
Bigger runs did.
And yeah, I did not... I'm terrible at peeking items. I'm terrible at peeking it when I have it full screen, let alone when I'm watching 2.
Yeah, Bidoran is in fact dead.
Oh my head. Oh, I think it fixed itself.
Oh my god, sorry, I just saw that electricity emote. That's amazing. Boomerang chest dead.
Yep.
40. Okay.
40.
Okay. Nice to have that a little earlier. Also, Mario, oh my...
It's fine. You don't need hearts at this point. They don't do anything.
They say
He's only died once.
Wait.
Wait.
Was that Lon Lon Fans again?
Right,
Yeah?
which is magic to get the hook shot in the composer grave, right?
Yeah?
Yeah, that'll be it. Also, they say that they say that the only health that matters is the last one, but you don't have to prove it.
Alex is getting back of late hints.
Excuse me.
Why?
This is the kind of thing I've come to expect from Alex. He will just come up with like, he'll pull something out that was like the meta 3 years ago and just be like, don't know, thought it would be good.
Oh,
Water River was a key.
Oh, I see what he's doing. He's getting one of them and getting a skull. Okay, this makes slightly more sense. I don't know.
That is aggressive pushing for skulls at the very least, but
that makes slightly more sense.
Gee. And I thought I was aggressive with skulls. Like, this is nuts.
Also, I saw River Test was a small key on Mario's side. What was Alex's hint?
Alex's was a repeat. It was one of the Colossus hands.
Oh, okay. I did also see River Chest being a small key, I think it was.
Yeah.
Which I just mentioned. I am definitely paying attention today, oh my god.
Alex? This is a really good time of day for him, but also, is he about to go adult? Is this... I'm surprised
like
he's
it.
here without going to Kakiri Forest, but there is a lot of value in going adult right now in terms of songs.
Well, convenient slingshot.
That's the second race in a row I've commentated that's had a slingshot on memory game.
Same, I think. I mean, I'd take it. Oh, they just swapped their rewards. Okay. No, that makes sense.
Just that extra little bit of efficiency. You don't have to worry about coming back for the target later, which is always nice.
Yeah. Alright, Mido, what you got for us? You've got... Oh!
Jack and shit.
Nothing!
Mario doesn't even open them as well. I'm always fascinated by, like, how much people will dodge small chests. Like, that's 4 right next to you. Do you not grab even one of those? Like...
I mean... The only reason I normally open them was bomb shoot, and yeah, it's quite right. Save a bomb bag. You don't really need
with a bomb bag, and there are enough checks where you talk to people to where you can probably get some extra health.
I think it's like chews are still fast. Even if you have bombs, chews are faster, and also Mario's going out the way to collect all the rupees here. If even one of those was a 20, he got more than he did doing this maze.
Actually, what Alex does, if Alex actually opens his chest, we can see what was in them. Obviously. Oh, hey.
Wrong sign.
DC Morpher.
There we go.
With a small key.
Okay, I missed some of those. OT Bolero the only new one there?
Yeah, they're all repeats.
Okay.
Alright, so we don't need all dungeons.
And we're going to get a massive divergence here by way of Mario getting the bomb bag early that led him to the Kakiri sword. Alex has a hook shot and is about to go adult. We'll probably get the bomb bag and Dudodongo's cavern, which is path to Morpher. We'll also get a pedestal check here, presumably.
Shadow Temple Popcorn on Tunic.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Also, I'm seeing in chat, saying we don't need OT yet. I'm pretty sure we saw the volcano, and I think it was empty.
Okay, Deku and Dodongo, both medallions. That is good to know, considering we've got one runner doing Deku right now. We've got another on their way to DC. It's nobody's wasting any effort. Nobody's wasting time here.
I know what Spirit Stones, damn.
That is... Okay, I think that's fascinating in terms of decision-making. Shadow and Spirit are, in terms of checks in dungeons... Oh, and there's
Wait, hang on, what's going on?
Our next... Is this our next FPA call? I know there was another FPA call.
The video feed has stopped.
No, the timer's still going, but Mario's, gone. We'll get to that when they get to it. Alex will pause when the FPA gets called. I know there is one more coming up.
No, there it goes. That's weird.
Yeah, I'm guessing he was having tech issues, which is probably where the next call comes in. But the thing with Spirit and Shadow is they are two of the best dungeons in the game in terms of checks, right? Like,
Yeah.
Spirit, Gerudo Training Grounds, Shadow Temple, Bottom of the Well. Those are your top 4 in order. And Ganon's if you count Ganon's, but I don't think we do.
Well, it's not open, so it doesn't count.
Right, yeah. So, at some point, you have to question, like, when do you go to those dungeons? Because they're both very strong dungeons for checks. Having them as stones makes that an actual decision point to worry about.
I've always been under the philosophy that you only go to them when you're out of progression.
Oh, 100%. Progression first is, I think, always the correct decision in this game.
Oh.
That
good. Means we are only a strength away from Forest Temple.
Oh, yeah.
Right, which is Forest Medallion.
Oh, so vanilla.
Funny that. It isn't true vanilla because you're allowed to go adult before you get the Forest Medallion. Child, sorry. That's right, child. I know what I meant.
Yeah, I guess to finish the point on Spirit and Shadow there, I think Alex values the side dungeons very highly, but I think Alex is very good at committing to just, if a play is good, he will just do it. He doesn't get hung up on, oh, it's a stone dungeon and my opponent might do this and whatever. He never gets into his own head about it. He's just like, Spirit has checks, I'll go to Spirit. Cool. And I think Mario, like I said earlier, plays the safe statistical play most of the time. So they're both going to value those dungeons very highly, and we might end up in a position where they both become options at the same time, and then we can see that split between the two. I think this is a very open-ended race as far as, like, given the information we have, I think this is going to be wide open in the late game.
Oh. Alex missing the jump.
Yeah.
I'm always iffy with that jump myself, so I can understand people missing it. Child's putting out strength, unlocking 2 songs effectively. At least for Mario. Because that'll give it burning cap. I think this might be the thing.
Oh, yeah, that's looking like that's definitely looking like it'll be an FPA call. Alright. So
yeah, I had misread audio to try and figure out what it would be, and there's no audio right now, so yeah, that's definitely crashed.
So for those who aren't aware, again, there is a fair play agreement in place. If a runner crashes, they have time to catch up and get back to where they were. The other player will pause during that time, so Mario will be catching up to where he was for a little bit. Just has to get there from his last save.
We're hoping is sooner rather than later. So later rather than sooner. Because the later save means you double. I'm just stop talking now.
I don't think he saved in Deku at least, but
don't think so. But how much is he gonna have to make up?
Trying to think where his last save would have been. Yeah, I did not see a Kokiri. Oh no, there is a Kokiri still there. Okay.
There's a bigger shot as well, so it's looking
like...
like...
slingshot, so it's after Lost Woods, yeah.
So I may have saved after the slingshot.
17 rupees was after he came out of the Kokiri Forest maze, but before he slashed the sign, because we commented on the fact that he had 5 rupees going into the maze, and he had 17 coming out, and then went up to 29 afterwards. So,
Yeah,
I think he saved in the crawl space, basically.
Not an overly big loss then. Could have been a lot worse.
Of course, that means this should be open then.
All right, so this takes about 6 or 7 minutes to get caught up. So I'm gonna run an ad to knock off some pre-rolls for people coming in. Everybody, get up, take a stretch, get something to drink. We'll see you back here in a few minutes. We'll have a quick recap, and we'll get back underway.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
And then everyone who's subbed gets the private ZSR chat. Or, ad blockers.
The very
Just us chatting about what's happening, I guess. Oh wait, that's normal. I'm just
me just sitting here like trash talking Alex. Like that's also pretty normal.
This also reminds me of when Twitch was holding the Yu-Gi-Oh marathons. You get that dance party.
God.
Back when having Twitch Prime meant something.
Oh god. I feel like, I mentioned the fact that we're friends with the runners. I feel like I have very different dynamics with the two of them, though. Mario's really chill to talk to. Anyone who's not chatted with Mario before, he's like the most calm, quiet person, very comfy to talk to. Alex is the most infuriating player to do rando with. I taught Alex and Decker around the same time, like got them into OoTR. And one of the first things we did was me and Alex did a co-op together. And at some point he's like, oh, I'm going to go and beat Forest Temple now. And I was like, what do you mean you're going to beat Forest Temple? You don't have a strength upgrade. He's like, yeah, I do. Where? Tell me these things. We're doing co-op. So yeah, we're friends with both, but I'm more likely to trash talk Alex here than Mario.
Honestly, fair.
This is rando. We trash talk everyone. The fuck are you talking about?
I'll trash talk Mario more about like AMQ and anime stuff more than rando though, because he's too good at OOTR for me to trash talk him on this.
I'll trash talk Mario about stuff.
Oh yeah, you beat him. You're like
it's not that.
Oh,
I mean, yes, that did happen.
No,
However,
that means it gives you the right though. That's fine.
It's because during his SGL match versus MrMario, not his ZSR match, his SGL match, when he failed box skip like close to 15 times.
Oh.
Skill issue.
And he was doing the mash strat too.
Easy. It's so free. It's okay. It's not free, but if you practice it for like 2 minutes, you'll get it consistently. Anyways, yeah. For those tuning in, coming to the tail end of an FPA call at this point, Mario crashed. Has been given time to catch up and redo Deku Tree, pretty much. He crashed during the blue warp, so we're basically at the point of caught up here.
Yeah, it faded to white and the console didn't fade back in.
So yeah, for the tournament agreement is that you will have some amount of time to let each other catch up. And Alex has just been waiting for Mario to catch up. Mario's there now and just
doing a nice little two-step, apparently.
Yeah,
we'll get back here. We'll get back going in about a minute, so I'll turn this back over to you. Enjoy.
Alrighty. So, for everyone who's tuned in, I guess we can catch you up on where each of the runners are at the moment. Mario, having done Deku Tree, doesn't know the medallions yet. Mario's not checked those. But got the bomb bag above Dodongo's cavern, which led to a Kokiri sword in the Lost Woods, and has come down to do Deku Tree. Alex, on the other hand, got magic from Lon Lon, and then went to the graveyard, so did the Composer Grave, which gave the hookshot. I think that's about the big difference now. Now Mario still child with that extra medallion done. Alex has already gone adult, and...
Hold my breath. Okay, we got it.
Frogs 2 dead.
And survey says... Oh, okay, sure.
Hey.
Sure, why not?
Alright, so what that does mean is we will not get a Dodongo's Cavern hint 100%.
100.
I mean, I'd hope not with those two just sitting there, you know?
But the two that we don't have... Oh, sorry, which... Yeah, the two that we don't have at this point then are the Deku Tree hint, which we will inevitably get at some point and will be useless for Mario at least, and the Jabu one. We haven't got a Baronade hint.
Yeah, we.
Is it possible to not get Goma hint?
No, the Kokiri sword. Both have unique items, so you'll get. We will 100% get a Lost Woods to Goma at some point. That is guaranteed at this stage. And then we will get
30.
Yeah, 30 dead. Sorry.
And then we will get one of the ones to Baronade, letter, rang, or something leading to one of them.
Well, we know that it's going to be Lost Woods Path to Goma. That's going to be the 100% hint.
Just it might be. It could. I don't think it'll be a slingshot.
Considering that both items are in Lost Woods.
Oh, right, I didn't think of that. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it would be the slingshot, but also, even if it is, it's still Lost Woods.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much next door to each other, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Oh,
They just not even looking.
Mario.
Mario started attacking the chickens in the hut. That's
Brave.
Oh no, Alex!
Oh,
Pulled that bomb. Oh wow!
You
I think it was just the
shot up
apple.
this ladder.
Is it even faster to hook? I mean,
Yes.
probably but oh, there's our Baronade hint.
Okay.
TG then, okay.
GTG.
So that'll be for a wallet, right? It can't food for a bottle, we've already got one.
Mario is having a tough time playing Requiem over here. Meanwhile,
You see, you and I both know that songs are hard. Oh, hello.
songs are impossible. The hardest part of the game. Are you serious?
What the hell? All three palm bags, basically within the same vicinity.
I mean, I think it's fair to say that one's bomb locked at this point, right?
Hey,
I think we can assume it's bomb locked.
more than likely.
Depends. There
But
could still be an
whatever.
early strength, but yeah.
I want to call it bomb locked, even if it's not at this point. Wait, almost.
Assuming it was going to be useless, got ready to warp away, and then was like, "Wait, actually, that's good."
Wait, hang on.
And strike.
Okay,
Like I was
Wow.
saying, it was bomb locked, right?
there can still be a strength available.
That is not bomb lock. Or yes, it is.
It is at
Don't
the
mind me.
moment.
Don't mind me. Yes, it don't. I forget
Wait.
you needed to blow up the damn wall to even enter the damn dungeon.
Yeah, Alex is going to have a bit of backtracking through different ages at the moment. He'll almost inevitably beat the Dodongo's Cavern here, then head up towards the volcano, get the song there, go through to Sacred Forest Meadow, get the song there, and he will get the Kokiri sword on that path, which will then send him Child to do Deku Tree, and he'll get the bow. So we actually have a really clear plan for Alex for a while, where he's going to just be doing his 3 Burning Kakariko medallions. The question is, firstly, how much of this Mario goes to do now? Getting a hook shot on the way is a big deal. And secondly... Oh. And secondly, the question then is, once they've done their Burning Kakariko medallions, sure, where do they kind of shake out at the end of it? Where do they both kind of... Who's ahead once they're done with those medallions?
I just point
Mario
out, by the way,
in Child Spirit, by the way.
I just need to point out real quick. DC is still path to Morpher.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm assuming it's the strength at this point, but...
I mean, for all we know, there's 2 more items coming up.
3.
Also, can I just say how impressive it was that Mario managed to keep his shield throughout all of that?
Oh, yeah.
Like, he was being followed around the entire
Just
room.
in Child Spirit.
Oh.
That is interesting. Okay.
Now that one could be huge, yeah. Never mind.
Okay, so it's still a wallet in GTG, though, right? Also, I don't think I've ever seen the Dodonga's cap and wall be... that's Deku Shield, isn't it? I was going to say that's vanilla, but it's not. It's a Deku Shield in vanilla.
Oh, yeah, I think so, yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited then. Look to myself.
And Mario's climbing.
I was going to say that this surprises me, but I guess with what Mario knows about the seed, it makes a bit more sense. Given everything we know, this feels like an incredibly quick seed, and Child Spirit feels very out the way for a seed like this.
So it makes sense for what he knows about the seed, and more importantly, what he doesn't know about the seed.
Yeah. Like, missing one item here or there isn't a big deal, but I don't know if he has the path, like the Lon Lon path to Phantom Ganon. So following the Oh, is that why he's doing this then? Is it the magic checks, potentially?
Probably, yeah.
I guess. Bliss is dead. Bring back King Dodongo Bonko. No. Make him die in one hit to the wall. It'd be funny, damn it.
I miss King Kabonko.
Hey, Mario, you have Din. You just...
What's the saber sticks?
Another bow.
There's
another bow here. He's just going to go to forest. This guy. Who lets this guy play?
So,
who made the mistake of teaching Alex OoTR?
Hold on. This seed might not be done trolling yet.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Okay. That... You may not realise it, but that's what peak comedy looks like.
So yeah, I just want to point out, confirmed, strength path of Morpha.
Yeah. Which I'm going to assume it's just the other strengths are strength locked and there's a key behind the central target in water.
Or dragon.
Well, maybe.
You have to have 5 to get to it by a river. And there's a key on river chest, so...
Ah, that's true, yeah.
But
either way, I'm going to assume it's just... That like, it does give you some direction here. The assumption would then be, okay, my strength is probably strength locked, and if I find another strength that isn't, then that's a lot of information all of a sudden, because then you have to start pushing those strength 2 checks a bit more aggressively. The counterpoint to that is, well, what are your strength 1 locked checks? Forest, which you're going to just go and do anyway, and maybe fire, which you're going to go and do when you can anyway. So there's not really much, like, it doesn't tell you much in terms of direction now. You just have to keep it in the back of your mind for later.
Mario doesn't give this hint.
Where was this hint?
It was like the first one we saw. Mario does.
There's one.
No, Mario does have this one.
There's one hint of back of lake.
I thought that was left hand, but
Is Mario keeping it?
I thought the right hand one was the one near Big Goron. I thought that was like the first hint we got. No, that was a DC to Morpher, never mind.
Yeah, we've definitely had both. And we've had one of them back of lake, but the other one, I'm not sure the other one.
No, it was, left hand.
Okay. No, Valley Lake.
No, they were both left hand. But we
They're
definitely see.
both
Right hand was in Lost Woods.
Oh, but
Hey, yeah,
wait.
no, it's the first sometimes hint I've got written down on my notes, so it was definitely like very early. I'm glad Alex can see with that peak, because I've got to tell you, when people have magic and are trying to peek the Goron maze, I have no idea what's there.
I have never gotten on with that peak with or without magic. I've tried. Goodness knows I've tried.
Only thing that makes it hard for me is the fact that the feed is in 360p.
You're just thinking the same thing, damn it! Looks like a recovery heart on the dive spot.
Yeah, there was nothing, so Lake to Volve. Alex set Scarecrow as child already, at least, so we'll have a lot of value with that between the hookshot and the Scarecrow already.
Where was Serenade?
Child SFM? Yeah,
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, there's none.
And there's a Monka S song.
it's fine. It's good routing. It's just, you know, you're going to get it at some point. Shadow could be available at any point in this seed because we're going to be looking for Jabu items at the end. So
Would rather have seen Nocturne locked away in ice.
I think Nocturne's pretty good though, honestly.
But yeah, it's just another place to not get bottlenecked into bad checks. I would rather do Stone Shadow than be like, all right, my options are Deep Fire or like one-off isolated checks throughout the game. Yeah. So Alex
It's like Alex could dip Shadow. What? Find vanilla hover boots. Sorry, Yoshi.
Not again. Last time it wasn't even hovers, it was hookshot. So Alex picking up the Kakiri sword there. Is this Alex's first time in Kakiri Forest? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think it might be, yeah. Will we see these open is the question.
Hell yeah, that's what I want to see. Alright, so Mario would have got 5 rupees there. Wouldn't have got anything there.
Would have got some bombs.
Hearth.
Alright.
Okay.
So as we all know, whether a play is good or bad depends entirely on the seed you're playing. This is absolutely Mario just made the correct play. Please, chat, do not take me seriously on this. Please, like, analyze your plays by bigger picture, not by what happens in individual seeds.
You know for a fact we'll have clipped that out of context. This is Twitch. I expect nothing less.
Twitch, YouTube, what's the difference?
Oh yeah, also on YouTube. Hi, YouTube.
I can't wait to stumble upon the video for this in like 2 years and just see a bunch of comments back at like timestamp. Hi, Sean.
Oh. Mario there showing us a little bomb tune that could. Oh god. I'm not even dignifying that word of a response.
I've pointed this out before when people talk about the casino. It's like, okay, but there is a world of difference between like being at a casino and playing like a roulette versus like being the dealer in blackjack. Like, there's a world of difference.
Hi. I am the dealer in blackjack.
Right, so you know that sometimes the casino is very, very stacked in your favor.
Yeah, but I always love to hear the conspiracy theory.
I have been to a casino exactly
there's
once. I didn't even gamble.
the pedal. The floor is pressing the button.
God.
To change the odds.
Oh my god.
That the machine is spitting out the cards only when it wants to.
I hate that this is all actually things you could feasibly hear.
Yeah, you know, this is making random discussion actually sound like a casino.
It's making random discussion sound reasonable.
So I think that was our first time seeing Richard, by the way.
Oh no.
But nothing.
Oh no, my favorite is, do you know how much money I've lost this year?
Skill issue?
The fact that they said this year. The fact that you're counting all the money you lost for the year, and it's July.
Oh.
More considering when it's February. Tax purposes.
I'm just sitting there thinking, damn, I wish I had that much money to lose. But then that also means that I would have had that much money.
I'm going to try and pull this back on track a little bit.
Yes, please.
Something that we don't get to talk about very often right now that could be a concern for Mario here. He only has one bomb.
Oh.
I could just buy more. Fine.
But he's about to go up to Dodongo's cavern, presumably. He's about to go to Dodongo's cavern, and doesn't have strength.
Oh no!
It's okay. It's okay. There's a bomb bag in the back of Cack. It's fine.
That is true. He will get another one on the way, yeah.
If he didn't, he'd be walking in and be one bomb short of getting a bomb refill. No, you need go on bracelet minimum to get bomb flowers.
And the strength is available with one bomb in Dodongo's cavern, but you're going to want two because you'd want to. I guess you can just peek the other check on the way, but it's. Oh no, you still need two bombs, one for the entrance and one for the wall near the staircase. Yeah, so you wouldn't actually be able to get the strength with one bomb.
I don't think it was actually a guaranteed bomb refill anywhere other than buying it. And no,
Kakariko is, the fact that we get one in Kakariko is going to be a saving grace for him, unless he worries about it and doesn't go straight to Kakariko. But you always do here, right?
Yeah.
Seeing in chat, can you blow up the bomb plant with a bomb with the bow? Sorry, you can. It's not in logic, but you can. I don't think it would help
it is
the
a
situation,
trick.
though.
Yeah, I think the issue is that the bomb flower for near the staircase is too far away from the wall. I don't think it actually hits.
Yeah, so you can't get the items, but you can lower the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true. You can lower the stairs and then go up and kill the Armor statues in the room above.
You know what it is in logic with?
Dins?
Dins fire.
We have dins and magic.
That makes perfect sense, actually, yeah. And I should realise that. I think I'm
Mario using that last bomb here.
That's brave. Unless he's planning to buy more. Does he have a powered and shield yet?
I think so.
They only cost 35 rupees.
The bomb.
Yeah.
I'm thinking if he wants to buy a shield, he'll be able to do. Oh my god.
Oh.
Strength.
Ooh,
Faror. That's a good one.
really good to have it now, yeah.
And
Not
someone
required,
hour too, yeah.
Very useful, especially if Forest has some good uses for it. I'm not sure about fire, maybe. Yeah, actually, no, fire makes sense for that.
Notably as well,
Oh, dear God.
yeah, still having both fire and water are like to do. Those are both good dungeons to do as much as you can, leave a Thrall's Wind in, and then just teleport back in later once you're actually able to beat them.
I still feel that Thrall's Wind saves time in Taboo.
I think that depends.
If you
I think that depends on how good your movement with Ruto is.
You also don't have to worry about Boomerang Chest.
Yeah.
What I do is I set it after the first tentacle, do Compass and Mirror 2 tentacles, and warp out after you've killed the third tentacle. So you don't have to kill the jellyfish.
Yeah.
So pick up Ruto and off you go.
Yeah, although, again, killing the jellyfish isn't... the berry? Those are berry, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Killing berry are the small ones, Barry are the big ones. And then Baronade is surrounded by Barry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think killing the berry is, like, pretty quick. I actually only learned, like, last week that you want to enter the door on the right side so that you get the instant target on the tentacle. And that makes it, like, pretty fast. I think the biggest thing is moving with Ruto. I think that's the real, like, big benefit of for us, but...
Yeah.
I was going to make a point. I just this one now. That's completely blank what it was. I'm doing great today, everyone.
I guess I should credit Drew for teaching me and Levi that one. Like, you go in the right side of the door for the last tentacle, and you just target immediately as you enter and get the tentacle specifically and not the berry around it.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Never got to worry about triggering a Q sort of habit and then get electrified. Who thought that was a good idea?
It just means you get to, like, stand in the middle, group them all together, and then just, like, nut, spin, all gone. So, very notably right now, we're still not going to have an idea of who's ahead here until they get Burning Kakariko, basically. We don't know what song's there, we don't know if it's required, but Alex still has to go back to Child, do Deku Tree, and Mario has to go through Dodongo's Cavern to get strength, get the hookshot while he's here in the graveyard, probably, and then go and beat Forest. And once those are both done, we'll have an idea of where they go. The number one priority, I think, will be going to Lake to get that path evolve, because if that's your hammer, you can just beat Fire. If it's hovers, then that's good information. You know there's more to do.
Hi, Slingshot!
Well, now we know for a fact that the Lost Woods path to Goma that we haven't even got yet, but will get points to the Kokiri sword.
I don't know why I'm even surprised at this point. It never is. Hookshot. Was it Hookshot here?
Yeah, this is Hook.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then we still have Gerudo Training Grounds for Baronade, and then I think the reason you go to Lake first is that will tell you whether you prioritize, like, how many items are you missing? If you get hovers in Lake, you're like, okay, cool, I need to get the hammer and an item for Baronade, even assuming I get one of the items in Gerudo Training Grounds. And then also figure out why this strength from Dodongo's Cavern leads to Morpher. If you get the hammer in Lake, well, that's one less item to worry about, so then you can push your hints far more aggressively. But yeah, I think we'll see where they go after they're done with their first 3 medallions, basically. And we'll also have a clearer idea of who's ahead at that point.
Meanwhile, we have all the small keys in the forest now, so just looking for a boss key, I think. Did we find boss key yet?
I don't think so.
There's a lot of potential for, well, I say a lot of potential. There's 4 checks left for items in the forest.
Yeah. Now there's 3.
Yeah. And one of them is selfishly taken by a boss key. No, wait. 3 plus the boss key.
Yeah.
I can maths.
It's fine, we all know it's going to be a second hook shot on Phantom Ganon. That's how it works, right?
They've got the wrong people in the race for that one. Also, hi Blue Ghost, you're my favourite.
There's boss.
Yep, fair. Okay.
The items left in forest.
All items now, yeah, that could be an interesting find. Speaking of interesting finds, here's a bomb bag.
And, like, you know, the big thing with Forest right now is Strength Path to Morpher points pretty heavily towards Forest Temple.
Oh yeah.
That's why I'm saying hookshot on Phantom Ganon.
That would actually be kind of funny, honestly.
Could also be Deep Fire.
Potentially.
Yeah, there are other options, and it could just be that Strength 2 is available somewhere, and it's Spirit or Training Grounds Strength 2 locked, but for now at least, you're going to beat Forest. There's a reasonable chance to find something here, and if you don't, again, it's just more information.
You look like Mario's going off those stairs there.
I will say that in general, like I mentioned this earlier, like the playstyles are very different and all of that. You know, you look at the seedings, you look at their tournament history. I think it's fair to say that Mario is favoured between these two. But if there is a seed where Alex has like a good chance of winning, this is the kind of seed he wanted. This is it. If it was all dungeons, 50 skulls, beat everything in the game, Mario probably wins. Mario is very good at that. Consistent, efficient routing. Alex plays very aggressively and wants a race where your hints are... like, aggressively following your hints can work in your favour, and this is the kind of race where that could happen.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. The question being, of course, which checker in Lakers hover boots on?
Mario didn't go to Lake as child, right? Didn't set Scarecrow?
Don't think
I
so.
don't think so. Wait, no, yes he did. He had Serenade.
That would do it,
Oh, yeah, true.
He just didn't do Valley.
Yeah, okay. So in that case, yeah, I guess the lake checks aren't much of a concern until it's on Shoot the Sun.
Yeah, that's where things get a little more interesting. And
Or at the current moment, diving in the lab.
True, true.
And with that interesting message of doom and gloom.
Yeah, no iron boots and no scales whatsoever.
I'm sure the scales will wane on the seed eventually. Happy 1 hour. Everyone.
Happy 1 hour.
Happy for some.
While my fellow commentators are realizing they probably shouldn't have been so happy to let me on. Go ahead and give a follow to our amazing winners here, Mr. Mario and MasterAleks. Mr. and Master, didn't even realise that one. We have our lovely commentators here, Kawari and Yoshikyon, who again, are regretting their life choices right now. I am sure many of them also on comms. And you have our lovely trackers, Lady Draco and Deadly Thunder. Without those two, we probably wouldn't have anywhere near as much coherency on knowing what people have, which is more important than you think.
Oh, without them, we'd just be talking idiots.
You don't want me to comment, Kari.
Oh no, I know. I know for sure that I'm a talking idiot.
I am not regretting my life choices. Wow. Wow, okay.
Honey, please. For those that are not aware, Lady Draco is my girlfriend.
Also going to shout out really quick before Phantom Ganon steals the spotlight, our restreamer Cubs. Without whom we wouldn't actually be watching anything because it wouldn't be restreamed. Again, I'm not going to comment.
Who the fuck is that? I don't know, some crappy baseball team?
Pretty sure that's just some FF4 player. Nobody in the rando community at this point. Just an FF4 player at this stage.
Also, shout outs to that race one man.
I'm so sorry. We seem to have lost Koari for a moment. I'm not sure what happened, but Koari, can you hear us? Are you there? Oh god, I don't know what's going on. This is weird.
You can't see our Discord side of this, but I'm sure you can guess where this has gone.
Jeez. Hold on, Lloyd. Let me see if I can fix this. Oh, damn. What the hell happened? God. I'm so sorry. I don't know what happened.
Meanwhile, Forest is done.
The Forest had nothing?
It had nothing at all.
Strength 2. Okay, it could be Deep Fire, but I'm gonna bank on it being Strength 2 at this stage.
I don't know. It's Strength 2 in Deep Fire. I know. I'd be shocked at that too.
Oh, we don't know what Temple of Time song is. If it's Strength 1 to get something like Storms, so that you can get Strength 2 in Bottom of the Well,
Reasonable.
that would be a big one.
Wait, do we know what's on Burning Cat? We don't know what's on Burning Cat
we don't have a hint
either.
of that yet. No.
Wow. Because Storms can also be on Burning Cat too.
Mm-hmm.
And that would also follow that.
The Shadow Pot does in fact have Goron Tunic. You did read that one right.
Yep. So
Yeah,
we're more than likely not going to be seeing that.
We got hints for both Colossus hands, both pots.
I'm not sure what the hints are on today, but it's definitely something. Wait, what song was that?
That was a minuet. So nothing yet, but we'll see Deku from Alex now and then figure out if we get something else relevant.
So what you're saying is Minuet was locked by beating Forest Temple, making Saria's song a Way of the Hero song, technically.
It is perfectly timed for Alex, though. He hasn't even gone to Child SFM yet, so he save quit? Yeah. Oh, I guess he might not have done. He hasn't done the Summit Fairy yet, has he? I don't think he actually did that one in the end. I think just Mario. No? Okay. I have no idea.
Grotto.
Right. Okay. And then can play Minuet out and get the. He hasn't even got Serenade yet. He can go and get that with Minuet and then go down to do Deku Train.
Wait, what was this? Have we seen this?
Don't think so.
I guess we hadn't.
Well, we have now.
Okay, so Strength 2. That one is not strength locked in any way, shape, or form. Strength 2 required for the path to Morpher.
Oh. Flame of the World 2 was just hinted. Okay.
Ooh.
It's in the ass region of locations for hints, but it's hinted.
God, just move that hint to Temple of Time, and well, actually, I guess nothing really changes because they both got it so early. But
this is definitely one of the seeds of all time. That's what that ball was.
Alex still not playing Minuet here. Interesting.
Is now the child go?
Is he not? Oh, he didn't pick up this hint earlier.
No,
right.
he didn't.
Now it's probably Minuet.
So now he also has that information for. Oh no, he already had the information for the strength. Never mind.
That's Serenade.
Mario with the early eye switch shot to look at the chest.
I think that's only the second time ever I've seen that.
Usually you only do that if you don't have the strength.
I was thinking if you had hovers, it's probably faster as well. Because then you can just hover over to Floor Master from there. But yeah, at this point he's going to have to go up there to recoil down anyway.
Heh. What was that move?
Interesting to note that we do actually. Oh, no, longer nice.
Oh yeah, no, we knew Greg was there.
Yeah, but Alex's Ruby Cat is no longer 69, so longer nice.
Roo. Roo.
It's been sat at that for at least a full dungeon.
Worst item in the game for multiple reasons now. Also, yeah, I don't think Alex does have the letter. I think the Summit Fairy was just the bottle earlier. Mario got that one earlier. Right?
Yeah.
I don't think we've seen Courtyard in...
Yeah, he might not have done it. He might have just gone straight here because he got a key very early.
Yeah.
So he might just jump down from here to do the Courtyard at this point. Which means he doesn't have Faro's Wind before all of that, so... actually loses a potential usage of it here.
That was, in fact, score number 10.
I know from talking to Mario that he actually prefers doing routing Forest this way.
I can see it, yeah. I mean, to be fair, I think the route is good. I think it's fine. It doesn't work out in the exact scenario where Faro's Wind is in the Courtyard, which it is right now.
Yeah. Okay, now Alex is doing Child Go On City.
Yeah, no, this is the Alex play. This is it.
It's about 40 minutes later than I expected, but... Okay, I'm going to get toward wind.
The thing with Alex doing Goron City here, right? I know it's kind of like the joke that this is Alex's play. Like, he's always talked up Goron City as like this amazing play. I'm just like, Alex, please stop just rushing Goron City. He's like, why? It's good. But like, this doesn't feel like the kind of seed where you want to be going out the way for it right now. And I guess he's not going out the way for it. It would be going out the way if he then came back here later.
I don't really feel to see where you go out of the way for it because you spawn on top of the mountain. It's not that far to come down.
That's true, yeah. And there's just a lot available at this point in terms of information that you want to be really prioritizing at this stage. You go and beat your progression dungeon. You have Deku Tree available, and then you have to get to Lake for the Path to Volvagia. You have to get to Gerudo Training Grounds for the Path to Baronade and potentially the Path to Morpher. And then if you don't get the Path to Morpher there, you can go over to Spirit to get that. Like, there's a lot of information at this point.
That's quite the camera angle.
I'm not sure.
Damn, a big chest. Sorry, carry on.
I'm not sure what these rules wind there because you're only going back down the corridor. At that point, I don't think it's worth it.
No, I think this is fine. You're going down to probably grab this chest. Oh, if you're doing this peak, I don't think it's worth it. But
I'm sorry, what?
oh, the peek through the wall.
I am learning so much today.
Oh,
you
didn't know about that peak?
I don't actually like that one. I don't think it's enough of a time save to like justify it, basically. But
it is if you need to go for it.
Or then, like, I think you just run to the end and peek from there and actually very clearly see it every time instead.
Yeah, but then you gotta walk back.
There's a full food there.
Right, definitely don't agree with peeking and using the Frost Wind. That one... It's like... Sure, you've got the best of both worlds. You get to peek it and then immediately go back. But... And you've got the Frost there to not have to, like, walk out and shoot again. But you're then spending the time doing both for very little gain from either. Mario goes around the right of this hole, and he's the only person I've ever seen go around the right side, not the left. I don't know why that's like... Everyone goes left, right? You know what I mean?
Mostly.
I'm not going to comment.
Sorry, I end up noticing the most trivial things when I watch Mario because he plays in a way that is incredibly good. Mario's execution is incredible. He does so many tricks and so many, like, pieces of movement tech that nobody else does. And at the same time, like, I feel like every time I watch him, I learn something new, but I'm also questioning things. OT is Bolero, yeah, we do know that one. Still no Burning Kakariko hint, but we'll see that one soon.
More than likely from Alex at this point.
Yeah. It does feel like Alex has the edge right now, in terms of, like, the progression lead. The big question is just, as well, as we said, there's
has the strength too.
And the strength too, yeah, true. And then, like we said, there's a lot of information to work with here, and the question just becomes how much do they utilize that and where does it lead them?
I'm just waiting for the third strength to show up at this point.
Oh god.
Yeah.
At least that gives you a very clear direction.
True.
Unfortunately. Ceiling walk, let's go!
So, I guess we'll see now. Alex is about to beat Deku. Firstly, none of the paths that we've talked about are child, right? You're not going to go and do anything else as child at this stage. So you then go adult, find out your what your next song is from Burning Kakariko, and then probably from there, I think you just play Serenade and do the lake ones first. I think knowing if that's Hammer or Hovers or something else entirely is too important.
Yeah, getting the Hammer there would, I feel, send you straight to fire, which is progression.
Right.
And getting Horror Boots mean, okay, you don't have to go all the way up in the fire at least to beat it. We all know there's something at the top. There's always something at the top.
And then I guess the other decision point potentially at the moment is you probably do Gerudo Training Grounds before Spirit, but there is a world where you go to Spirit first. The argument being it's much faster to go from Spirit to GTG and then not have to go... You're playing Requiem to go to both, but if you do Spirit, you can jump down from the hand and then just walk over to GTG, whereas otherwise you have to play Requiem again to go back in. And you probably want to follow towards both of those because of that Strength 2 and Path to Morpher.
Yeah.
We also still don't have a 50 hint.
I was just thinking that, actually.
Oh, God.
And there are some items that we're just not going to get hints for at this stage, but let's not worry. It's one check. It's fine.
Fine. Totally not going to be the iron boots that are going to be hard required.
I mean, they're always hard required, logically.
You know
They're
what I
hard.
mean.
They're made of iron.
Oh, it's one of those days on commentary.
Kenru's been on 50? Yeah.
Yep, now at this point all we know is that Gerudo Training Grounds will lead to Baronade in some way. And that could be either one of the two items, or something leading to one of the two items. And the other item could be absolutely anywhere. Except locked by itself, but, you know, basically anywhere.
You mean the hammer can't be locked by the hammer? Oh my god.
Oddly enough, no. I know, it's weird.
Oh, let's go! Come on!
Oh, if anyone's going to go for these kinds of things, it's always Mario, and that is clean. Holy, that's so good.
1, that was super clean. 2, mark the bingo card.
No, we're not. We didn't do Baronade yet.
Ah, it's just
That's a separate square.
Like, that's just so impressive to watch still. I don't care how many times I see that. It's so impressive.
I love that quick kill so much. Hold on. Alex?
We're getting a castle hint.
It's Frogs 2. I think we've seen that one.
Just a copy of Frogs that we already had.
I'm surprised why. I wonder what Alex is missing at this point.
Oh, well, there it is.
There's 50.
And it was...
Well, we need to collect 50 skulls to Zooter safely.
Collect 50 skulls to softlock at some locations. I think it's a softlock.
I don't think it's softlocks, but
you don't know how to do it.
There are situations where you just need to, like, wait it out Like, you just need to... If you use Nehru's, you can't use any other magic. So if you, like, use Nehru's and then try to go into Shadow, you have to just wait for the Nehru's to run out before you can use Dins.
Mhm.
I know there's something to do with Nehru's and song locations that you don't want to have them together.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it's a soft lock or if it's a crash. Either way, don't do it. I think it's on the FPA list of known stuff. Either way, don't do it. It's a crash, okay. Yeah. I mean, you can try and collect them. You get a lovely crash for your troubles. And then it's MrMario7788.
So actually, they've ended up here at almost the same time.
Yeah.
Storms is in ice.
Huh.
Yeah?
That is awful.
Well, enjoyers in shambles.
Ugh.
I mean, you said earlier about Nocturne being in ice, so that potentially it's locked away behind a letter and you never have to worry about it. Same goes for Storms. There's a potential to never have to consider bottom of the well in this seed.
Well, I don't like it. Well, one of the best dungeons in the game.
Yeah.
The only reason it could be better is if it's progression, like an actual medallion, which is impossible, as we all know.
Could you imagine? Can we put, like, a blue warp into the Dead Hand room?
That would be fun. About the same logic, we put a blue warp on the where the ice arrows vanilla chest is.
And then in the Wolfos room as well, after you've opened the chest in ice, just make all the side dungeons have potential for rewards.
Sure, why not?
So, what are we... Oh.
I'm still loving how the strength 2 was next to their spawn.
Yeah. Just couldn't get it at the time. Didn't have bombs. Alex grabbing the rupees! No! I'm getting multi-world flashbacks.
For those that don't know, killing stuff with my arrows gives you $50.
For those that also don't know, in Multi-World Season 1, Alex left Forest Temple because he died to Stalfos so he could do that to buy himself a shield.
My God.
Don't all the elemental arrows have different properties when you kill stuff?
I don't know.
I have no idea. The only one I've known about is the light arrow one. And that's in, like, every Zelda as well, pretty much. Every Zelda with light arrows, I guess I should say.
I would go and check Shoot the Sun right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want that information. You have to know.
Or not. Wait.
I guess you can serenade in at any time. So if you go over to the follow the path to Morpha and get the long shot, you can just play serenade and just do it immediately. They have serenade, they have suns. It's not like difficult to get back to. I just feel like knowing whether it's hammer or hovers would be a big deal.
Or if it's on lab dive.
Right, that too, yeah. Knowing
that.
when you have to rush back. I keep forgetting about lab dive.
We finally got the hint for Burning Tech.
Perfectly timed, of course.
Wait, what? Now we're seeing South Hyrule Field. It makes sense to do it now. You're on your way out over to the desert anyway, I assume.
Yeah, okay. Oh my god, okay.
And there's hover, so...
Well, it's a hammer.
Yeah, I
There's
guess
a
so.
hammer.
Well, there's all the information you need then, other than, I guess you still want to come back knowing if you're in go mode or not, but if you get At this point, you're not gonna... I guess if Hammer locks one of Longshot or Iron Boots, then you'd have to probably pick that up before coming back to do the check to get it. So... yeah, I think at that point you're just... You still want to have Peach shoot the sun, but I can understand not doing it because you can just warp in any time and do it.
Yeah, yeah. Like right now. No, it won't happen.
Oh yeah.
We
Now that Mario has hovers, we can see all the lovely gainers.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
For anyone who hasn't seen Mario playing a seed with hover boots, he pulls out some unbelievable stuff that just like... He has so much tech with hover boots that's just... I don't think anybody else has practiced it quite as much as him, and like it's really impressive to watch.
I myself have been trying to emulate some of that stuff. Some of it got down, some of it needs a little work.
He makes it look so easy. That's the worst part. He makes it look so simple, and it's not. It is really difficult to do some of that stuff.
So, how do you explain a gainer?
Gainers, yeah, it's worth noting, gainers in OOT and MM are different. Very different. In MM, it effectively has the ground jump effect of, like, you do a standing jump. Whereas the OOT ones are more, you run forwards and then backflip with the hovers while moving forwards. So you still have the forward momentum, but you're backflipping.
Yeah, I should actually. Yeah, getting put up there is actually a good thing because it means you can have a closer look at that rooftop chest a lot sooner than you normally would be able to.
Yep.
And there is the Gouda card.
It's worth noting we are probably going to see them. We mentioned earlier, you know, okay, you've got a Gerudo Training Grounds path to Baronade. We've got a Strength 2 path, or at least a Strength path to Morpher from Mario's perspective, Strength 2 from Alex's. They are going to follow this information. They're going to be following very similar paths for a while here. The big difference here is that Alex has that Strength 2. So while it looks like Mario's, you know, 20, 30 seconds ahead, a bit more maybe for the guard fight, Alex has the advantage right now because of that strength, I think.
Yeah.
Especially coming to Gerudo Training Grounds with it. The question will then be, what do you find?
Wait.
Ah!
Oh!
That was like a solid 1500 with perfect hits though, and then
Was so
and
good.
then some 60s.
I think it was 14, and then the 15th one was a 60.
Scale!
What's a nice silver scale?
Step 1 towards Lab Diver. I still
Step
think
2.
one of the funniest races I've ever seen was watching someone who was struggling in a race and wasn't enjoying it just hit 2000 on HBA and just be like, "Hey, that's it, I'm not beating that," and just shut down that stream. Just like instant forfeit, close stream, done.
I mean, I respect it, honestly. 2K
That
is
was-
so good.
It was Drew, unsurprisingly.
But I can respect 2K, honestly. Yeah, 2K is good. I haven't managed to get a 2K.
Oh no, Mario.
Get
This
down
is the
here!
worst. There it is,
Oh,
okay.
it just jumped down.
Normally they don't, wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Also, we're coming in here with Song of Time, so more stuff on the right-hand side, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it's worth noting that Alex having the Strength 2, it could just be logically required for keys, and it could also be hard required for the, like, an item in the Strength 2 room in here, and it could also just be for Spirit. 2 of those situations favour Alex. One of them currently, I wouldn't say favours Mario, but Mario doesn't lose anything from it, and is currently ahead in terms of doing the dungeon, so by extension it sort of favours Mario at that point.
No big chests in the maze.
How can you see those so quickly?
What I don't see is the embroidering.
You just gotta race enough to know where you're looking, which neither of us have done.
So what I'm hearing is we swap to texture only for S7.
Oh god, please no.
Or League.
No.
There are so many peaks that you can only do if it's a big chest.
Your point being. No, I am memeing, by the way. I am not going to pretend to consider that for League.
It's in the poll. Spoilers for the settings poll.
Okay, cool.
So that was 3. Count the maze, that's 4.
Oh?
Well, you can, double audio, huh?
Double audio.
Yeah, I'm seeing there are 3 streamers showing, and we have both runners audio at the moment.
5 keys.
Oh,
That's a
hello.
big chest.
Land.
Huh?
And
It's fine. It's fine. Irrelevant.
Okay. We haven't had a hint chess game.
No. But it's fine. We'll find more. Okay. More accurately, it's irrelevant because if you find nothing else, you're just like, okay, I do lens game. The end. Like, there's no ambiguity to it. There's no question marks around the routing. It's just follow the straight line to the next point.
Also, this is a public service announcement. Don't get crushed by that chest in the Starfrost room.
And if you're gonna get crushed by it, definitely don't mash A to try and open it before you get crushed.
You can only get crushed by it if it's a big.
Not
But if you open it and void out at the same time, it stays open, but you don't get the item. So you can just never get it.
Yeah, which will, not be good if it's a required item. And if that... Yeah, you cannot... Yeah,
That one you can.
actually
I
get
think
crushed by a small.
I think the Wasteland one is a little more precise on the positioning. So I don't know if that one... I think you can still get voided by a small on that one, but it's much harder.
Meanwhile, I once got voided out by the Wasteland chest when it was a big chest. That was fun. Especially since it was during a Challenge Cup race.
Oh,
Where I lost by 42 seconds.
I was going to say, it's so much more costly with the Wasteland one as well, because it's... Yeah, it's such a time commitment to get back there again. Also, we're already seeing a difference here.
I also, by the way, would not recommend getting crushed by large chests.
Also, Mario having to use Furor's Wind because he only has 1 heart, so he can't jump into the lava here.
Oh, right, yeah. I didn't think that. Oh, it's a long time.
So that's your Dodongo's Cavern to Morpher. That's that covered.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
As far as we know.
But...
Also, 2 small keys. Doesn't matter, but it's nice to know. That could be a swing. And water could in fact be wet.
Wait, what was the... Huh. What was the, that arrow chest?
The one from the eye statues.
Yeah.
Didn't see. We're about to see it again. There's 1 key in the maze. Like,
There's 2 keys in the maze.
Yeah, so there's 1 key we haven't reached in the maze.
Another key here. Okay.
I believe toilet's a key.
I'm not going to trust myself to ever see things in the maze properly, so I have no idea.
Did I
But
count 8?
Hey, real quick, what's the TTT to Baronade item?
lens or long shot?
Lens?
It's
or
got to be one
long
of
shot?
them. Yeah.
Interesting. The 2 strengths are in the Douglas Cavern and in the DMC Grotto, both of which are not behind a bomb bag.
Yeah. The DMC one is the one Mario hasn't got yet.
Oh,
Just next to their child spawn, but you have to be child and just save quitting for some reason to get it at this point, which Alex did specifically for a handful of checks that Mario did early.
interesting tech here. Lens of Truth entering Shadow Temple.
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. That's it's just faster for the truth spinner.
Yep.
And
Middle.
you have
Yeah,
the extra equip for it at the very least, so you might as well.
Oh yeah, you don't need much for the first second.
Notably, though, yeah, Mario could just beat the entirety of Shadow here, so we're probably going to see the full Shadow play at this point.
Grab your popcorn, folks.
Which is a little surprising given the lens, but
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. If this was like Scrubs logic, like past Scrub seasons,
I guess the fact that he knows there's a Strength 2 room that he can't get into, he could be coming into Shadow looking for the Strength 2 so that he can head over to the training grounds afterwards with that. And if he ends up going child during that route, then he can do lens game while he goes child.
makes sense. Nice. Well, we got that.
This was the lens, right? Right.
Well, what's this?
Oh, Deadhand just
No!
went flying away. I love it. It's so funny.
That's unfortunate. So, just giggling about Dead Hand, don't mind me.
The
I didn't
flying
know that would
Deadhand
happen.
it's so funny whenever it does. It doesn't always happen, but it's when like when you kill Dead Hand on top of another object's collision, sometimes it clashes in such a way that it moves Dead Hand out the way to make room for the chest or something.
Isn't it specifically Dead Hand's head?
It's a certain part. I don't know. It doesn't seem consistent to me, but there's presumably a way to do it consistently. Just why would you? But I find it hilarious every time that Dead Hand just like flies across the room after the fight. Also, Alex with the long shot is going to shoot the sun as well.
And there it is.
Yeah.
There's the hammer.
Yeah, makes sense.
So that does also mean the path to Baronade could be long shot to hammer to something for Baronade.
Boomerang and fire.
Sure, why not? It's cool.
But at this point then, you've got that one path to Baronade that is lens or long shot or hammer leading to something. And then 2 items, give or take, iron boots or gold scale, but either way, that's one of your items. And then one of the Baronade items. Just no hints, just go play the game. Go do things.
Yeah, for all we know, the other Baronade home could be here in Shadow.
Yeah, there's a lot of the game left and a lot of world like this could still be in. I definitely think it's like still far too early to call anything here because we have all of Shadow, all of Spirit. If we go most of Spirit, if we follow, the path to Baronade and get a letter, then we have Bottom of the Well open. there, as well as Ice Cavern, I guess. There's still
Gross.
a lot of places, and then a lot of overworld that hasn't been covered as well. On top of all of that, there's a lot of things still available for both runners to do here, and any and all of it could be required.
No heart drops.
I think it's more the arrows Mario came in looking for, because he had 4 entering this room. Although... Oh, there you
Now
go.
he has all the arrows. And still no hearts.
The lens to not void out on the platform.
The lens to not die
And
to the
to
spinner.
dodge the spinners. This
might
is
be the-
not a play I've seen. Yeah, I don't think I've seen this at all in a race before.
That might be the first time I have
Yes.
ever seen that spinner.
Desperate times.
Yeah, yeah.
Dying in shadow is very, very, very costly.
Yes, especially if it's to the boss.
Oh, right. Every person who's played this game has at some point died in shadow at this stage. I'm like, I feel fairly confident saying that. It's very easy to just like accidentally take a death somewhere, and one of the fastest things that will teach you is how to play around dying in shadow being costly.
Oh, MasterAleks.
Mirish, we
That
had
was the mirror shield?
I saw something
Okay.
in there, like I thought it was going to blue. I thought it was a blue pea. Like
I missed
way
that one
back at the
entirely
start.
earlier, but yeah, I guess that opens up Spirit as well then. We actually have all of Spirit now.
Oh my god. Okay.
And there's the help we're looking for. Mario forcibly going to 5 hearts.
Used the lens for the blades, the spinning blades, but didn't use it for the platform while it's equipped.
Probably because it's less risk of dying there, because you have 5 hearts opposed to half a heart.
It's just like you've got it equipped. It's
Yeah,
no time loss.
I don't really get it either, honestly.
Mario, I will say, for all that I think Mario is one of the strongest and most consistent players in the community, his weakness is that he's like, if this thing doesn't gain me time, I'm not doing it. Like, he is very aggressive about trying to save time at every possible location, whether it actually saves time or not. Not. Okay, so collected all the rupees and then I guess realized afterwards, like, oh, I have a hint for this. It's a Goron tunic, don't care.
Oh, hang on, what's this?
There's his hammer love.
Hammer 2. No.
Teddy!
Double defense.
Not
you
even a
need
key.
a specifically long shot is, I believe, in Logic, but I think it's
So-
Scarecrow long shot. In
Yeah,
Logic,
so
or-
yeah, you need to be able to set Scarecrow and then have the long shot for getting across with that. And that can be required. Like, you could get Iron Boots on Shoot the Sun. Alternatively, beating Water Temple also puts it into Logic. But unless you're playing with some kind of boss shuffle or dungeon shuffle, beating Morpher logically requires the long shot anyway to get there, so
I
beating
mean,
Water Temple would also require long shot.
to be fair, beating Water Temple dungeon requires a long shot unless you have a trick enabled. Well, is there even a trick to do that jump?
Yeah, the hammer recoil is available as a trick, but
Oh, okay.
It's also it's also banned.
yeah, no, absolutely
Well,
not in
yeah.
Logic for the seed, and in fact banned. We're not going to be doing that, so
Well, yeah, in these settings, I was thinking for others. I was just curious, honestly.
yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
But as far as we're concerned, yeah, there are 2 different ways to get to Shoot the Sun. You can either beat Water Temple or use the Scarecrow, and either way requires the long shot. So that hammer is logically long shot locked regardless.
Oh god, Alex. Falling off the bridge.
Yeah, I feel like I've made it very clear with my comments about Alex and Mario so far during this race. Alex's strength as a player is routing and following logic, and he's a very aggressive player in a way that I think works really, really well. He will make aggressive decisions that are likely to pay out more often than other runners, I think. Mario, very safe, very consistent, very good at execution. Alex will sometimes stumble on the execution. And, like, for what it's worth, you know, I've been very vocal about, I think players are generally too thorough. Alex is very good at... I think Alex is very good at reading a seed and knowing, oh my god.
Oh my god.
I'm getting Cup Tournament Season 1 flashbacks.
That, keep in mind, might not be required. This is good for Mario getting the iron boots here, but if Alex just finds a gold scale going through fire, then it doesn't matter.
Unless
That's
boomerang in icy waters.
I'm boots
Probably
being there.
doesn't matter.
I'm boots being there is the only reason I want a Cup Tournament match.
But yeah, and
What's
just to...
that? Is that the one that I'm thinking of?
It's the one with the water temple skull.
Oh.
Yep.
Also, yeah, just to finish my thought on routing there, by the way, I've spoken a lot in commentary recently with your early game should be thorough, your mid game should be aggressive, following progression and hints, and then your late game kind of shifts based on the seed. I think Alex, out of all the players that I actively follow at least, is one of the best at, if not the best at doing that. I don't always agree with the outcome of his like thought processes on it. Sometimes I think the decisions he makes based on that information are questionable, but he is very good at reading a seed and figuring out what is expected of him in a situation.
Which is definitely a very important skill for Randomizer. Logic.
But it doesn't work very well in qualifiers, is the thing. And so it almost makes sense that Alex has kind of, you know, not qualified for a main tournament bracket up until now, but has done well in things like Challenge Cup in the past, has done well in things like multi-world and co-op and things like that, and is doing pretty well in this tournament. It makes sense because his playstyle is definitely far better in a 1v1, where it doesn't matter if you skip an early item as much because you're only trying to beat one person. In a qualifier, you want to be playing more consistently. You don't care if you lose to 3, 4, 5 people, as long as you're finishing in the top bubble. And that's... Okay, now it's big. Now Shadow is important.
Oh, God. Oh, that... Ooh, that changes.
Yeah, hammer leads to boomerang. Or whatever, long shot or lens lead to boomerang.
Yeah, so
where
I
were
guess...
Hogs again? South Hyrule Field?
Yeah, Scrub Grotto. So I will note that Alex has everything to do Shadow. We mentioned earlier, Shadow is an incredibly strong dungeon anyway. There's a good chance that is, I think, worse for Mario than it is Alex getting those. Because I think Alex is more likely to go to Shadow as his next play than Mario is to go back to Death Mountain Crater.
Yes. Oh, right, boss keys.
Mario about to find the unfortunate truth.
Oh,
Yeah, Mario knows the hammer's here now, but he can't get it.
that's unfortunate. It's funny that Hammer and Alex's boss key was on the exact same rotation.
It's also worth noting if Alex does go to Shadow first, finds Iron Boots, and decides, okay, I'm going to beat my progression dungeon. I don't think he would, because water's not likely to give much. But even if he does, he'll set for Roswind in Shadow.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And at that point, I think you then go back to beat Shadow before you do Spirit, for example, because you want that for Roswind freed up to then leave in Spirit because you don't want to do Twin Rover. It's one of the slowest checks in the game.
Yeah.
So Alex grabbing some health, grabbing some bombs. Gonna get a presumably pretty good Volvagia fight here. Doesn't have too many spare bombs, so a bad troll hole here could be bad, but more than enough health and a fairy to back it up. And we still have no idea where this boomerang is other than locked behind lens or long shot or hammer.
Or it could be locked by long shot and hammer, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, like, it could be on Light Arrow Cutscene. Strength 3 could be on Light Arrow Cutscene, and it could be outside Ganon's.
I know that people watching this want to imagine the worst case scenario, but come on.
There is actually one really good thing for Alex here, very importantly, and that is that Mario got the letter, not the boomerang. Mario can end up going to Ice Cavern. That will never be an option for Alex at this stage.
This is true. This is very true.
Like, Alex has hints pointing to Baronade that we now know must be the boomerang on Volve. There we go.
Oh, that's kind of big, actually.
Incredible. Okay, so yeah. So Alex's go mode will be the letter. Alex will never, ever end up in ice. Mario can looking for strength.
Ooh.
Better yet, Mario could find strength there.
We are literally on Alex's side missing just Iron and Letter, right?
Yeah,
No
both in
tricks,
Shadow.
Just looking...
That's it.
Yeah, just those two. It looks like Spirit first, though.
Apparently so, yeah.
I can see it, honestly.
Makes sense.
So, I guess to recap where all the items are for people here. Alex has to go through Shadow to get Iron Boots and Ruto's letter. Both are in Shadow. Mario has to go to the Death Mountain Crater Grotto, as far as we know. That's at least a strength upgrade. There is another somewhere. To then go back to Gerudo Training Grounds to get the long shot in the Strength 2 room. To then go and shoot the sun and get the hammer. To then go and beat Volvagia to get the boomerang.
Which is the strength that Mario has? It's not the one in the crater, right?
No, it was the DeLongo's Cavern one.
Ruto's letter was on everyone's favourite drummer.
Yeah, Alex just has to beat Shadow, basically. Alex beats Shadow, he's in go mode.
It's currently, and I can't even have to say this, Bongo Bongo versus Death Mountain Crater.
I can't believe we're saying that, and the advantage is on Bongo Bongo.
Yeah, because here's the thing, though. Even if Mario goes to Crater, there's very little chance he goes back to GTG. Actually, no, he does. Because he knows Lens leads to nothing.
Yeah, actually, fair point.
Yeah, that's true.
It's basically how quickly can Alex leave here and go to Shadow?
I think the question is going to be, if Mario goes towards ice, does he go up to do the crater on the way, like the grotto on the way, or does he just, normally you would grab the fairy maybe, but going up for that grotto is a little out of the way, especially when you know your save quit is there. The other question is, Mario can just save quit at any time right now and just be in crater and go get it, but this looks like he's pushing this letter pretty aggressively right now.
It does baffle me that with the amount of times that they save quit, with the amount of times that they've had bombs in that area, that they didn't check that grotto once, child or adult.
Yeah, he's been there a few times and he got the bombs very early because he was the one who went down Death Mountain Trail at the start to get the bombs above Dodongo's Cavern at the start. Yeah, no, I don't know. I think it's just... and there is a level of this that a lot of runners will hit, and I'm sure you both have been here as well, where if there's a check that you normally get early, and for some reason you weren't able to, and you've done everything else in the area, it can be difficult to not just go, oh, I'm done with this area, and write it off, and just forget that one-off check.
I've done that in an SGL race.
I find, like, the Kakariko Redead Grotto is a big one for that, I find. Because it's so easy to just go through and do all of that, but then the saving grace on that one is you can do it coming out of Dodongo's Cavern. I will also say as well, actually, I mentioned earlier that Mario is generally the, like, very safe, very consistent player. Mario does have a bit of a history of losing to one-off isolated checks that he forgot about, or, like, misjudging items. I remember one particular week, this is going back a couple of years now, but he lost a co-op match, a multi-world match, and an RSL match in, like, the same week. The co-op match was just because they isolated South Hyrule Field.
Which
the
time?
RSL, right? And this was the first co-op. This was to Trent and Dark Angel. That one was, and then the RSL match was because he thought it was a mirror shield above the Dodongo's Cavern, or he thought it was a red rupee and it was a mirror shield. Like Mario. For all that Mario's play is incredibly strong and incredibly efficient, sometimes he just pushes it that little too far and it ends up a step ahead of himself. Alex getting bullied by the Zalfos right now.
Yeah.
I'm immune to choose.
Yeah.
So you mentioned like the co-op match where he lost to a check in South Hyrule Grotto. Well, and that was against Trent and Dark Angel. Well, in the second time he lost was also to South Hyrule Grotto.
Oh no.
Want to know which team he lost to?
I think I can guess from the way you're saying it.
Would it happen to be a team that you were in?
Yes, it was.
Hell's Priest.
It was that would be myself and the man currently known as Pyra, who at the time was known as Weasel.
Wait, hold on. Why is Mario back in GTG?
That was a save quit. Yeah, that's
Fraud to win player then just.
I think he kept it there. I think he did the fast save quit so that the Feroz is still set. It looks like Toiler though. Yeah. He does. I guess to be fair, he does have information on like GTG is path, and he can do this check and can't do the other.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean this Feroz win is still in? What?
Yeah. So when you use Feroz, when you teleport in, the orb appears above you, and after a short amount of time, it disappears. If you immediately pause and save while the orb is still like completely visible in the air above you, it doesn't remove it. You still have your Feroz win there. It's not removed until the
that is correct.
orb is gone. Yeah. So Mario still has his Furor's Wind set as where it was.
What?
And I remember learning that in a call with Felix.
What was I said earlier? Non-Euclidean duct tape.
Yeah, no, that one's. I'm surprised it took as long as it took to find that one, honestly, because you feel like that's the kind of thing people would have known earlier. But yeah, no, apparently.
Yeah. While my brain tries to reboot. Happy 2 hours, everyone.
Oh yeah, happy 2 hours. We're about 2 minutes late for that.
we got there in the end.
Yeah.
Again, my brain was rebooting.
It's like I thought it was the key.
Yeah. I mean, if you're not sure, then do it, right?
I mean, he has no information as to whether or not it could be a key.
I mean, you're running out of things to go for at this point, right?
I just want to touch on something in chat. Difference between density and number of checks. Number of checks, Spirit is the highest. It has more checks than any other dungeon. But density is specifically checks per minute. In which case, I think Bottom of the Well and Deku Tree are your best two. But Spirit is still up there. The issue with Spirit is there's some inconsistency in how dense it is because child side is like a separate factor.
Mm. This is beginning to look a lot like ice.
Yep.
Here's the question, do you do Twin Rover here?
I don't think so. Twin Rover is arguably the slowest check in the game. I think you set it for Roz here and leave.
Or just pull your ocarina? Wait,
Or don't even set for Roz.
minuet?
Where did Alex? Did Alex set for Roz already? No? Okay.
He has it in fire.
Okay.
He has it near Pierre.
That makes sense.
So what is this?
I don't know.
Has Alex been through River yet?
I don't think so.
Either runner been through River yet?
Nope.
I think we're about to see our first River play at the 2-hour mark in Season 6.
Also, that blue fire bottle we got a little while back. Pretty useful here.
I guess part of the issue here is that, like, we know that the Strength 2 is in the crater and that Strength 3 has to be locked by Strength 2 somehow. Probably just in Ganon's at this point, honestly. Mario doesn't know. Like, Mario is doing everything because he could find... If he goes out of logic, he could find a Strength 3 locked away somewhere, and if he stays in logic, he can find his logical Strength 2 somewhere. Either way, he has options available that, like, just mean efficiency is the best.
Yeah. That's your 50 hint.
Yeah, I was going to say, the only hint we're missing is that Lost was to go, but there we go.
Cool hint, guys. Nice to
Nice
have.
Who could have
Nice hint,
ever
bro.
seen that coming, yeah. Who would
I'll
have
be
known?
honest, it is a little bit late.
And a big stabby.
I would like to congratulate this game on reaching, I believe, peak memeage. Oh, not confirmed.
That's a shadow play. Alright, this is the clock then. This is it. Mario's on the timer, presumably. Alex, you know, as mentioned before, Alex could, in theory, get the iron boots and be like, okay, I go and do my progression dungeon. But with his
That's what
Furor's
you-
Wind already in fire, and also with the ability to set Thoros Wind here regardless. I think it's likely he just beats the dungeon, and even if he doesn't, he'll come back here pretty quickly.
I was going to say, the argument is to move the Feroz, but that's actually a bit trickier than that, given Bolero is pretty much inaccessible at this point.
Yeah. No, I think he'll just beat it while he's here.
Well, I say that Alex is going to beat Bongo, think, oh, I just need to beat Twin over for Bolero, and then see the latter thing. Oh.
Yeah. It is worth noting the Iron Boots, for those who missed it, were in the room before the boat. They were in the chest there, I think, right?
They're in the crusher room.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay, my bad. Never mind.
Crusher room.
In that case, yeah, you never leave. Not a chance.
Yeah, this is absolutely a you beat the dungeon and then run.
So yeah, Mario's on a time limit to go to Death Mountain Crater at this point, or find a Strength 3 that we know will not be here.
And there's also, I believe, a dungeon behind. Hasn't gone into fire.
Yeah, and it's up a maze for fire as well.
I'm not going to carry one out, but it's not looking good. On the other hand, Mario does have the Water Wind set in the entrance to Jabba. So that does speed things up a little bit.
Right, and as soon as Mario gets the Strength 2, he has the Feroz Wind ready and waiting in GTG that he knows he has to go back to. He still hasn't found anything on the path to Baronade there, so he would get the long shot, go, okay, lake path, shoot the sun, go back to lake, he'll beat water while he's there, shoot the sun, get the hammer, go to Volvagia, beat Volvagia, get the boomerang, beat Jabu. Like, it's a very, very linear path once Mario gets Strength 2.
Also, I'm seeing in chat real quick, managed to find BGS here in Ice. I know you're memeing, but BGS was outside. It was on the ferry.
Yeah, we think they're playing 20 minutes behind because of the stream delay. It's actually just they're 20 minutes behind until they find BGS, and then they're 20 minutes ahead.
I need to learn these.
I need to train myself on that because I keep failing it. I've been failing that recently. I don't know why.
I know I keep failing it. Oh, I love that one. That's so good.
That's my favorite of them for sure. Mario's, again, we mentioned earlier, Mario with hover boots is always impressive to watch. These ones are a little more standard. There are more runners that do this kind of stuff with hovers, but Mario's still so efficient at all of them. Makes them look easier than they really are.
Using the ground jump last one, which makes sense. Now, yeah, there's no world in which Mario can go to the well next, right?
I mean, there is. If you see all of this as potential, none of this is locked by Strength or Strength 2, right?
Nope.
So as far as Mario can tell, his Strength 2 could be in any of these locations.
Letter was, remind me...
Bongo.
Bongo.
Yeah.
I thought my Strength 1.
Maybe that's why he's following it.
It makes sense.
Because from his perspective, yeah, it wouldn't just be a hunt for Strength 2, it's also just a hunt for the long shot completely separately. He doesn't know that it's the same chain.
Long shot on a chain. I will keep making bad hookshot jokes until someone makes hookshot sanity.
No.
I want it so badly. Who do we need to yell at? Who's the dev now who's like, it used to be Roman. I don't know if like who's the current dev who does the most like ridiculous settings. But we need to get someone on this.
I think it'd be great. Not for like I wouldn't put it in a tournament setting because.
Oh god, no. Right? No, it would just be a silly, fun setting more than anything. But that's the point.
Also, 50 isn't
50
dead,
is
but it may as well be.
50 is 100% dead. It's a useless item that does nothing.
It does less than nothing if you put it in a song. If you put it in a song location. I guess I will keep bringing this up.
I shouldn't comment on this. I've mentioned before that like the first race I ever won in the OoTR community was because I used Nehrus to avoid dying and won by like a minute.
Also, I have to correct chat slightly. I think you'll find that love is war.
Well, I no longer have the Chainsaw Man opening stuck in my head, I guess.
You're welcome. I'm not justifying that one in chat of a comment.
So Mario did follow it through straight to bottom of the well. No stop off at the crater. I have to believe at this point he's just in his mind he's already done it. And you know, like I said, we've all been there. Everyone's been in a position of. I don't think this can be strength 3.
Don't think so.
Okay.
But it can be double magic.
That's
it is
magic.
direct
Magic.
Was there a key on top of the crusher room?
I don't remember.
If so, this can be strength locked because of where letter was.
But then we know that it has to be strength 2 locked.
Was it?
Mario doesn't. In Mario's perspective, this all makes sense.
If both strengths are... Wait, I'm only able 2 strengths. Oh no,
Crater one.
Yeah.
Because you could get the crater
crater.
as your first. Strength 2 is the path, yeah.
Okay, yeah, there we go. Sorry, I had to puzzle that through for a second.
Also, that magic was locked by Phantom Cannon?
Mm-hmm.
That magic was locked by Shadow Temple.
Yeah. I just said that is magic lock magic.
No. Which, yeah, I was just going to say, like, because of Nocturne, was it? Nocturne was early, right?
Nocturne... Oh, God. Making me think.
Was it Nocturne?
Wait, what?
Oh, it's just a hook shot. I'm being dumb. Ignore me. Don't mind me. It's been a long day already. 2 hours. Long seed. Jesus.
I applaud it, but you know what? I just gonna say that. No, okay. I remember the days when 3 hours was considered quick.
I can't do it anymore. I need I used to be able to sit and play for 3.5 hours, no issue. Now I get to the 2 hour mark, I'm like, can we be out already? Can someone finish so we can forfeit?
Same.
You just remember days first starting out when 4 hours was a good time.
Alright, so Triforce Blitz League when?
Oh god. I should get into Triforce Splits. It's logic driven and it's fast. It's like my ideal scenario.
I feel I should point out, by the way, that Triforce Blitz League joke, at least for now, was a joke.
But we do have a few supporters in the org team now.
Oh, yeah.
I do like the idea of any 1v1 now. One of the best things that RSL introduced is the ability to just people almost being encouraged to just okay, we're gonna take a break at this time. 2 hours pass, okay, we'll take a 5-minute break. I think that's one of the
There's
best.
another big chest in the lockpick.
Yeah.
There's two?
Oh my God.
Oh, what the?
I still don't think these can be strength, right?
No,
not
they
sure.
can't.
They can be gold scale. Right, big moment of truth here. Does Alex leave? I drops. Like, I dropped those on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely never leave, as we thought.
Yeah,
It's just too risky. You set for Roswind here, you're leaving it out of fire, and then what? You eventually have to commit to one of the two anyway, and then it's terrible to commit to these terrible locations that are left. Whereas right now, Alex is
Grabbing the skull?
grabbing a skull. I think he's close to 20, but this is a slow one. But oh well. But yeah, like, you get Bongo out of the way, you're done with Shadow here, you never have to worry about it again. And then you can go back and do fire, and then eventually go back and do... Like, he's already got Spirit, which is kind of out the way at this point.
so I don't think I've actually seen triple pot shot in quite some time.
Also, very notably here, by the way, Mario played Nocturne and is heading out the front of Kakariko to go up river, I assume? Did not
Yeah.
save quit again.
I have to assume it's river at this point. Oh, right, yeah, you've got the enemy.
Checked frogs 1.
Yeah, Fox One tracks.
Yeah, no, like, it all makes sense from Mario's perspective. I'm just... He's 100% at this point, I think he's forgotten that he didn't do the Crater Grotto. 100%.
Where's Richard's letter? You'll see it on Alex's screen in about 2 minutes. I'm not sure if that's accurate, but...
At the very least, there are no more checks left between Alex and the letter. I think we can say that at this point.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, Alex just has to take that letter over to... He'll go Child, he'll do Jabu, and then... I mean, I guess... Do you do Water first, or do you do Jabu first? I don't think it matters.
I think it just.
You probably do Water
think you do
first,
Water.
because you're already adult, and that's
Yeah.
it.
The strength that Mario hasn't got is in the Death Mountain Crater Grotto,
Yeah.
which doesn't sound too hard to miss until you realise that was their child spawn.
Yeah, they spawned there as child and got the wall, and Mario got bombs early, but just hasn't gone back up there as well.
Yeah.
Also notably as well, we have a DC path to Morpher that was a strength upgrade. And so Mario doesn't know it. In Mario's perspective, he's got 2 strengths available that could be pretty much anywhere. One is before strength and one is after strength or whatever. It could be that it's locked by strength 1. There's a billion combinations that essentially mean that Mario can have strength anywhere. We know that strength 3 has to be locked by strength 2, and so Mario's probably not going to find it in any of the locations he's going to here.
And there's Mario finding possibly the most obvious hint in the history of hints.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, letters are going to be appearing on Alex's screen very soon. I think I was right, actually. I think it was about 2 minutes.
There it is. And yeah, the save quit out a tiny bit faster than taking the blue warp.
Doesn't even get a stone.
Especially on emulator.
Yeah, on VC, you take the blue warp every time, I think. Unless it's fire. Fire is an argument not to.
Water. Water's very slow as well.
Yeah, extra cutscenes. Yeah, that would do it. Yeah. Water first makes sense. You're already adult, why not?
Yeah, my general rule for things like this is like, what could you find in one of the locations? If you just have 2 things, you have the same travel time either way, etc. What could you find in one location that you wouldn't find, like, that will speed up the other? There's nothing like that for Alex, so I don't think it matters whether he does Water or Jabu first here.
Hold on a second.
Oh, Mario.
Mario, he's
Oh.
going.
He remembered.
Oh,
It's gonna be too late, but he will at least know his go mode before the race is done.
oh, that's not what you want to see at this point. Oh no.
I mean, now, yeah, he's just... Where is he going?
Where is he going?
I guess he had an idea of where his next play was, but at this point he needs to go adult. He needs to just prelude and leave. Yeah.
Hammer is on Shoot the Sun with the long shot being at the very back of GTD.
Oh wait, he might be thinking that it's Boomerang.
DMT Grotto.
Yeah, he's checking this
wait.
for long shot.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, but then the Dongo's Cavern wouldn't be Patamorpha. I think this was his plan before, and he's not had time to think through the logic of finding the Strength 2 there.
Yeah. Was that Bosky already? Map test Bosky.
Good water temple?
Yeah, the best water temple is where you leave quickly and never have to see Darklink. No one wants to see Darklink. Right, so how did they go?
Alrighty, so Alex is just gonna get a quick Morpher fight. As we see, Mario's just gonna go through a very, very quick sequence of items.
I'm still over here in kind of shock that that worked. Don't mind me.
That's good. It's fine.
Well, you see big chest, just go for big chest.
I think Mario's still like processing the logic here of Patamorpha, past the Baronade, and now, yeah, presumably has just registered it instantly. He's just like, oh well, Lake his hammer, and then this has to lead to my go mode. Nope. Okay, well, yeah, I guess doing water first makes sense there.
Yeah, water
Yeah,
first because it sets the time of day.
Yeah, to dawn actually. Yeah, that makes sense.
12 seconds.
Very well.
So Alex... Oh, we get to finally see Lax as well. Alex is just on a crash course for Jabu at this point, which he'll be able to get all of the tech for as well, use for Roar's Wind and skip the tentacle fight, like the chest spawning. Just get so much out of this. It's going to be really, really fast, really efficient, I'd imagine.
Yeah, now it is just Jabu for Alex. I know for a fact Mario has that for Roar's Wind placed in the entrance of Jabu. So I feel that speed things up slightly.
Slightly.
I don't think it's enough.
Not enough.
Also, definitely two different routes here for Water Temple. You've definitely got the one where you go to map chest first. I feel what Mario's doing is good if you know you're looking for one thing.
I
Just
disagree.
check to get
Actually, I feel the opposite. I feel like this is good. This route is good if you are in go mode. Otherwise, if you're looking for an item, map first.
Like, I feel if you're just looking for something quickly, compass first. If you're just looking to beat the dungeon, map first. And it's definitely worth mooching at. It's not an easy one to attempt by the best of times. That was a very interesting way to climb that ramp. I don't know how I feel about that, but it worked. I don't know. But yeah, more for down for Mario. Alex is entering the fish. Is he be able to go mode Jabu as well? But the real question, the one I'm sure is on everyone's lip, will they box skip?
They better.
Come on, it's like the
Alex won't, and I'll be mad.
It's like the only thing we have here at this point to
I taught
make
him
Jabu
this.
interesting.
It's fine. He won't do it.
What was the phrase? Duh.
Bah.
But even that was a very, very quick morpher there from Mario.
Mm-hmm. And he knows that Hammer's here. He's already peeked this, so
Yeah.
just following along a bit more.
Need to Mario could make back some time, but I don't think it's going to make it back all the time.
No.
That was good. Also, yes, as we all know, Ruto is the most powerful weapon in the game. Capable of felling many mighty enemies.
She has a very deadly ass.
We talked about using Ruto as a projectile for so long, and I'm so glad Jamie made that video of killing every boss with Ruto.
Why do you think I mentioned Ruto?
It's so good.
Oh my god, that emote!
You gotta have a Vibruto.
There's at least one joke in there.
Well, that's fine. It's fine. You gotta have a Vibruto. That's what I said. I said what I said, and I'm sticking to it. We are, of course, closing in on the end of this race, and closing in on the 2.5 hour mark, actually. It's
Oh, bloody hell, yeah.
not been a bad one. Oh, sorry. I was going to go off into the, shout-outs and everything at this point, and then Alex just yeeted Ruto into a wall.
I mean, it's already an improvement, right?
But, I guess... Everyone always goes in a very set order for the shout-outs. I guess we'll start with our restreamer today is apparently some nerd who may or may not go by the name of Cubsrule21. Making sure that, everyone is able to watch this incredible race. This has been a very interesting race to watch through on both ends. We've said throughout they've both had a lot of decisions to make, good execution, lots to discuss. So of course, make sure to give both the runners a follow for more races, more OT. I know Mario does other randos and Zeldas as well. So make sure you go and give both of them a follow as well. Our trackers today, massive shout out to Lady Draco and Deadly Thunder for keeping a restream, essentially readable. It's impossible to emphasize enough. Without having the items on screen, it is a nightmare to figure out where the runners are going and why they're doing the things they're doing. So a massive thank you to our trackers. And I guess last and maybe least, on commentary, I'm Yoshikian, and joined here by Kawari and Shawnee. So drop follows if you've enjoyed, and we are quickly closing in as we see Ruto finding the last medallion, quickly closing in on the end of this race. Which I guess we haven't actually mentioned throughout this entire stream. This is a loser's bracket match, so the loser of this one is eliminated from the tournament.
Making a good run, though. Losers 4 is still a very good placement.
Mm-hmm. Yes, especially considering, I think, Mario took a very unfortunate loss. I think it's fair to say a very unfortunate loss in Winners Round 1, losing to something that he could have FPA'd but didn't realize and didn't ask basically to check. So definitely took a rough loss and has gone through some strong opponents to this point. And Alex, of course, first major tournament. This is his first time making the main bracket after a couple of Challenge Cup runs. And again, some massive wins, and it's looking like this is another one.
Yeah, just slaying all the giants.
And now we have a very good point to talk about in the interview where Alex does not do box skip.
You know exactly what he'll say. He'll just be like, no, it's fine. It doesn't gain that much time. It's okay. And I'll be mad at him for it.
Wait, what? That's... what?
Alex does a different setup to that than anyone else I've seen. And I've yelled at him for it before, again. This is another one where I'm like, you end up in a bad position and the other queue is really simple. What queue are you using? And he's like, it's fine, I know where to look. In case it isn't obvious, Alex is very relaxed about everything. And honestly, I think that's his biggest strength in tournaments, is Alex will never tilt, ever. It is impossible to tilt this guy. Which is also a rarity for rando players. Mario also doesn't seem like the kind of player to tilt particularly often. Like I mentioned earlier, Mario is very kind of chill about everything. He'll be frustrated and he'll be annoyed when something goes wrong, but he'll just be like, whatever, it's rando, move on. And it doesn't tilt him during the race because he doesn't know the result at that point.
Nice bottle on Baron.
Just casually a bottle. Of course, why not? Why not?
Gotta be somewhere.
Yeah.
Just a bit of a recap for how Alex has got to this point. First round match, he beat Bunch. That's no small feat. You don't just walk in and beat Sponge.
Was it?
And
Sponge, then Rock Chalk,
and then he lost to Protunderdos, and his loss to Protunderdos is why he's facing Mr. Mario right now.
Which, again, to put this into perspective as well, Mario's path has been a gauntlet through loser's side as well. Took the first round loss to Aranaut by less than a minute after soft locking and having to redo all of Shadow Temple. And then had to take out his co-op partner in losers round 1, beat Mr. Martin, then beat Sea Falcon, who has been in every major tournament since season 3.
Yeah.
Then beat Engel, who showed up, made a major name for himself last season in season 5 tournament by taking out a bunch of giants. yeah, like these two have run a gauntlet so far, and I guess eventually one needed.
Yeah, because I believe we do know Alex's next opponent.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. I wasn't 100% if we knew who the next opponent was going to be. So we'll bring that up in the interview, presumably then, and try to confirm that. And
Almost.
if you're avoiding spoilers, there's your warning that we will probably mention the result of Kaidems and Ice 9.
It was 2 days ago. I think we're over the spoiler territory.
Yeah,
I believe it's a 1 day.
Yeah. I looked in S6 results in Discord, it's not in there. So I'm guessing it's not been put in there yet either.
I actually did talk to Sponge about the match with Alex, and I think he was a little upset about it because Alex's justification for not going to Deku Tree in that race and instead opting for... I can't remember which dungeon he went to instead, but he didn't go to Deku Tree, and Alex's justification was, I forgot until I was already adult. And at that point, it was a bad play because I would have had to go child again. So I think there was a level where Sponge was like a little hard done by with that, but you know, to even be close enough where that is a factor kind of says everything at this stage, anyways.
Just casually stumbling upon the solution, not even knowing how.
Just go to your items. Like, people always joke about it, but sometimes you just go to your items.
That's how random be sometimes, you know? Wait, why is Mario opening?
Because he doesn't know Boomerang's on for value yet.
Right, yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Also key.
Yeah, I guess it makes sense. And there's the fourth.
And then at this point, I guess, yeah, just save quit out and be evolve ready to come up later, but... Oh, no. Yeah, more checks from Mario here as well.
Again.
You'll never find the lighthouse in Dodonga's cavern.
Yeah.
I guess the other thing to say at this stage is, if you all have questions for us to ask the runners, now is the time to get them into chat, because we'll see if the runners are joining for an interview. But we'll try to get.
Are you kidding me?
Ouch. I guess it had to be somewhere.
And that is in fact strength. Oh.
Yeah, no, long shot to hammer to strength 3.
Right, with hammer, yeah, that'll do it, yeah. So I had to think for a second. Yeah, took me a second to work it out. Oh Lord, this has definitely been one of the scenes of all time.
I've enjoyed this one. This one's been one where the routing has been a massive factor. It feels bad for Mario for sure, but you know, this is the kind of one where he'll look back at it and be like, one decision decided the entire race, but it was a decision I shouldn't. He was like, I shouldn't have forgotten about this. And I think he'll 100%. He'll know that it was his error that lost the seed, even if it feels bad that one check decides an entire seed.
Yeah, I feel.
I have never seen that first temp class on Ganon miss.
It is a rarity. I don't think Mario's going to be able to finish Vault before time's up.
No, I don't think. Troll hold though. Ugh.
Oh, that's fine.
Yeah.
It's bomb shoes.
Yeah, but it still sucks. Yeah, go ahead and throw those GGs in the chat.
Couple of kills coming in at the same time, just... One of them happens to be Ganon. And
There
first
it
place 241.53.
GG's.
Pretty good time on it.
Looks like they will both be joining for interview, I think, so...
Well,
Oh,
and there's Mr. Mario.
we have
Jeez.
one, and we have two. Welcome in, both of you.
Hello, GGs.
GG's, Alex.
GG's. That was summarize.
It was definitely a race.
Have you already spoken about? I guess you're in go mode
Yeah.
at this point. So, I guess to start with we'll start on the bad end, and then we can go into the logic and the routing and everything afterwards. Was the DMC grotto something you forgot about, or was it something that you put off?
Oh, absolutely forgot about it.
Yeah. Okay. Figured as much. Thought we checked.
I could have gotten it as early as when I went to initially do the trick to skip to Darunia, and then failed. Wait, I might not have had a bomb back at that point. I'm not sure, but yeah, I just completely forgot about the grotto.
Mhm.
I didn't end up doing the trick. I went for it once, failed, and then went down the mountain.
Okay. I was thinking about it, like, damn, could have done this trick here. I was like, nope.
I mean, it doesn't really matter because you have
No.
ZL, so there's no
Yeah.
point in doing it. Yeah, I just after I did all of Ice Cavern, all the well, all the Song of Storms checks to get my full use out of storms, I was like, oh well, I guess there's the Crater Grotto that I just never ended up doing, and when I saw it had Strength 2, I'm like, well, I lost. The only thing that could have possibly brought it back is like Boomerang is in water or fire, so I was not going to Spirit Temple.
Right, yeah. And Alex did do most of Spirit, but obviously, yeah, comparing that to Ice and Bottom of the Well, and then having to go back to GTG 2 or 3 times, doing the toilet while you were there, there's so much that just adds up at that point. It also meant that because obviously from our perspective, we can see, okay, one of the strengths is in Dodongo's Cavern, that's available. One of the strengths is in the crater, that's available.
Right.
We know that Strength 3 then has to be Strength 2 locked.
And it was.
Which, yeah, you found at the end.
Yeah, I saw that at the end of the stream. The fire.
But obviously, yeah, the issue is that from your perspective doesn't narrow down anything. That strength path could be Strength 1 leading to Strength 2, it could be Strength 2 leading to Strength 3, it could be Strength 3 required, there could be strengths anywhere for all you know at that stage, so there's just nothing you could rule off.
Yeah, I figured it was gonna be Strength 2, and Strength 2 was gonna be like in Bottom of the Well, which is why I did Ice in Bottom of the Well, but of course it's just available somewhere else.
When I did Shadow and saw the first Iron Birds, I was like, yeah, let's continue, and then
Yeah.
it was one of my last checks in the game.
Did you have Gold Scale at that point?
No, on the Silver Skill.
Oh,
Where was Golds?
Bottom of the Well.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah,
well. Yeah.
yeah,
Obviously.
can't
Not
Yeah.
thinking. Here.
But when I saw the Ritos, I was like, oh, because I chose Spirit first, full cleanse,
Yeah.
Twin Drova, and I was like, is this gonna be enough? And I was not feeling it at that point, but the routing felt good, except for picking Spirit over Shadow. But
Oh my god, I felt amazing when in Child 1 you get the bomb bag, you go Lost Woods, you get Kokiri Sword, you get Slingshot on Ocarina Memory
Oh.
Games, you can full clear. It's like, oh my god!
What
is
noting,
going
by the
on?
way, you two had very different openers. Alex did not get that bomb bag. Alex's first bomb bag was in
Oh.
Adult CAC.
Yep.
Wow.
Um,
Okay.
And then
Yeah.
come back in DC, and then I saw the one at Bow. And I was like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just get showered with items early. on.
Yeah. Well, at least
I even did you end up going to Composer Gravechild 1?
Yeah.
Okay. I did, and then I forgot to flame storage. So when
Oh,
I
I
came
had
back
to
as
do
adult,
magic.
I was like,
Yeah.
oh.
Alex already
Oh,
had
you went
magic
Lon
by that
Lon?
point.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't go
Yeah,
Lon Lon
no.
until after Deku because my time of day just ended up being night.
Right.
So I just lucked out, I guess, being able to bring it back today.
Your opening routes ended up being very different based on... Essentially, I think the biggest thing was Alex played the Requiem, save quit, and then just walked out of Kakariko to go to Lon Lon. Where Mario, when you save quit, you went down, got the bomb bag, went into Kakariko, but then obviously your time of day was completely different because you'd gone down trail.
Yep.
And so at that point, like, you were completely split. You ended up doing Deku in Child 1, where Alex had to come back for that later. And then you were like, after your first 3 medallions, you both went over towards GTG, and you were maybe a
Right.
room or 2 apart.
Oh wow.
Just completely converged at that point. You both ended up just crossing over, doing everything on the route anyway.
At that point, Alex had strength too, no?
But by that point, Alex had
Yeah.
strength too, and
Yeah.
that was the big thing.
That's just the
following
game
that through.
changer.
Yeah,
I was really happy seeing that strength before going, and then, yeah, I guess at that point not being toilet, that was a key. So I didn't have to go back for that. So it felt really good all the way, all the items, like bow, strength in DC, could do forest, as you said, Kokiri sword early on.
Yep.
And then at the end, for me at least, it was like choose spirit or shadow or deep fire, and yeah, at that point,
Yeah.
just go for density and hope and pray.
If I was
The
in that
funniest-
position, I would probably go Spirit too.
the funny
Because
thing
I did
from
all
our
of
end-
Child Spirit, so
Yeah.
sorry to cut you off.
No, I was just gonna say the funny thing from our end in that early game, by the way, it looked like Alex was being bailed out left, right, and center at first. It didn't play out that way really, but when we saw Mario had got the bomb bag above the Dongo's cabinet, it's like, oh, Alex is gonna have to go up and go around and get that, and then you just get one in CAC. And it's like, oh, Mario found a bow in Deku Tree, and then Alex just gets one into Dongo's cabinet.
Yeah.
Like, okay, whatever, none of this matters.
There's like duplicates of everything everywhere.
Except
It's
for that
crazy.
strength.
Except, yeah.
Hmm.
We also did eventually at least get to see the most useless hint imaginable.
The hook
Oh,
shot
you
in
got-
the composer grave.
no, that one was fun, but the
Oh.
we were like talking very early about how the
Lost
only
Woods to
items
Goma.
for Goma were in Lost Woods. You
Yeah.
got your slingshot
Oh,
and Kokiri sword
yeah.
next to each
In the
other,
river.
and we were like,
Slingshot
oh,
was
at some
also in
point,
Forest. so
yeah,
it
it
could've
was,
been there.
yeah. But then we were like, okay, so at some point you're going to get a Lost Woods to Goma.
Yep.
And we've been saying that. We were saying that for like 2 hours. Neither of you went to River until after the 2-hour mark. So
That
Yeah,
makes sense.
that after Spirit. At that point, I was starting to like, oh, what if Mario did this early? And damn, I have to cover my tracks.
Metagame.
Yep. I didn't touch Domain though. I just did it as adult. And then
Oh, it was trash.
Shadow. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess Domain and Tektite was the things I had left. And Deep
Never
Fire.
checked Teptite Grotto either.
yeah, I think that's like the one thing you could both do. And
Oh,
Or
didn't
Big
do.
Pose.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
true,
And also
actually, yeah.
20 skulls. I got the 20 skulls before leaving Shadow, but
Oh,
at that point I was in go mode, so I never checked it.
I think I had 15. So,
Alex, you went a little aggressive on skulls in some places. You went really
Yeah.
hard on skulls early, and then it just stopped for a while.
Yeah.
And then you just went and, like, to get the back of Shadow, like the 3-pot room and things like that at the end.
Yeah, that was a 20 skull, so at that
Don't
point
soft,
I was so low in checks, I figured, okay, let's get this skull and then probably Deep Fire at that point. But yeah.
Yeah, sorry, Mary, I didn't mean to bring up like, the
Oh,
deep cut
did-
still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
Ah,
It-
it's-
It's funny to look back now. It's just like, oh, that happened. That's cool. I'm the only person ever that has happened to at a tournament. Yeah, it was a good seed. Just one check. It happens. It's rando.
Yeah.
And we did kind of predict that you would say that. We also predicted that if we asked Alex, like, if he was feeling nervous towards the end and feeling the pressure, he'd be like, "No, it was fine."
So that's about right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I can't even be mad. This was I played pretty well. I mean, there was a shit ton of technical issues on my end that
Oh yeah, the start.
might have been available through the stream. Even besides the audio desync at the beginning and the VC crash and Deku Tree, I just kept having audio desyncs, and then eventually I was like, okay, I'm just turning my TV audio on because this is not working.
Fair, yeah.
That's why the stream just kept lagging in certain places because I had to fix the audio sync. So, but I'm glad it wasn't that lost me the race, because if it was down to like a minute between us, then I would be like, oh man, really? But yeah.
Yeah, no, I feel like we've kind of joked before about how it's better to lose by, like, a full dungeon than it is to lose by, like, a single Ganon fight. Because then you're looking at every decision you've made, every single thing that's happened, going, if I'd just done this one trick first try, I'd have won, or...
Yeah, pretty much.
Everyone's been there, yep.
I know I've been there.
I guess the only other thing I've got to note is this is, of course, loser's bracket, so Mario taking a rough first round loss, going through a hell of a gauntlet to get here, but yeah, I have to fall at some point. Well, almost everyone does.
It was a fun run. Be back next year.
Yeah. I wouldn't expect any. You'll be back throughout the year in every event, I'm sure.
Well, yeah. I'll be around.
And several other randos.
TP Rando.
Call me when TP Rando gets under 7 hours.
But Alex, we do know who your next opponent is.
Oh, right.
And it's somebody you have a bit of a history with, actually. You'll be going up against Ice9 in your next game.
Boy, it's League all over again.
Yeah, you and Ice9 have played 4 times before across 2 League seasons, so...
That's about right, yeah.
Thoughts on that one?
Yeah, I mean, Ice9 and... Yeah, we played a lot, so it'll be cool to play again. Yeah.
You do have a winning record so far. That's,
Yeah, I think I'm 3-1, if my memory is correct. Yeah.
That sounds right, yeah.
I've got the page up, yeah.
Alright, okay. Yeah, that would be a cool match. Pun intended, I guess.
It'd be over chill.
Cool. I think that's all I've got to say, at least. Is anyone else have anything to add, or?
I've got not got much else to throw in there, honestly.
No.
Thanks for the restream. GG's Alex, and good luck in the next round.
Yep, GG's, and thanks for the restream as well.
Oh, GG's. I do not apologize for anything you two just had to play. You're welcome. GG, Alex. Appreciate you all being here. If you're not following our runners for some ungodly reason, please go give them both a follow. That was a hell of a race they put on for all of us. Following up with that, wow, I don't even, what the fuck am I even saying at the moment? Our 2 trackers today, the heroes behind the scenes, Lady Draco and Deadly Thunder. Thank you both for that. And the very crowded but very, very talented comms booth today, Shawnee, Yoshi, and Kawari. Appreciate you all. Keep an eye on... You know what? I don't know. It's been one of those days. Keep an eye on the ZSR schedule. Do have a lot of things coming up this weekend. Both Ocarina Time and others. So please come back for those. We will be heading over to ZSR 2 at the moment, where we have Gogeta versus Brotinder Doze already in progress. So, yes, we will be. Please enjoy that. Any final thoughts before we head on out for the day?
Nothing for me. I think this was a fun race, full seed, and yeah, good luck, Alex, moving on.
No thoughts from me.
All right.
I stand by what I said about Chicago Cubs.
Who are you?
Damn, I can't believe Kawari's final thoughts are to get banned.
Well, they just got accidentally yeeted from the call. I don't know how that one happened. Oops, my mouse slipped. But
also,
next...
the payout of the bet, yes.
People will get that when I decide.
Okay.
With that, everyone, thank you for joining us today. Stay safe out there. I appreciate you all for joining us. Till next time, all. See you soon.
Bye.